Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's the NFL today. The Viking fans today. It's a big game. Minnesota Vikings. They're taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Oh, this is going to be a huge game here. This is definitely for a playoff position. Week 14. Got the Minnesota Vikings will take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're playing at Raymond James Stadium. The Buccaneers are 7-5. They're 3-3 at home, while the Vikings are 6-6. Vikings are 3-2 on the road. The Vikings have won 5 of their last 6 games. The Buccaneers have lost 3 of their past 4 games. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are favored by 6.5 points. The over and under is 53 on this game. So, I mean, it's going to be a big game. This is definitely a big game today. The Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you guys. It's huge. It's a huge day, huge game today. So I mean, it's going to be tough though. I don't think we're going to be able to pull this game out. Unfortunately, I just see too much offense, compared to our defense this year. Our defense this year hasn't been all that great, and so I don't see us winning this game. Unfortunately, I do see Tampa Bay winning this game, but I mean, if the Vikings play hard, if they play above how they normally would play, anything is possible. So it's gonna be big. I just don't see us winning this game today, but let's find out. Like I said, it's gonna be huge. I see I have 2 people in the chat right now. I want to thank you guys for coming in. If you guys can leave me a message, put something in the comment section so I'll know who you are. And we're going to get started here. Whoa, we got 5 people in here now. You guys ready? 6. Hope you guys are ready for some Viking football today. Like I said, I sure hope they play better than they normally or they have played in past couple of weeks anyway. Because Tampa Bay is going to be a huge game, and I'm not sure if the Vikings are up to beat the Buccaneers, but we're going to find out. Give me just a moment, guys. I'll be right back.
The 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at home this week, welcoming in the now 500 Minnesota Vikings for a rumble in the jungle. The jungle, in this case, found in the trenches when the Vikings try and run the ball.
Look at the cutback, and he's got room. Dalvin Cook.
In one corner, you have Dalvin Cook, the NFL's rush yards king, around 5 yards a run and leading the league in rushing TDs. He was under 4 yards a carry last week, but talk about a workhorse. 32 carries, 120 yards.
That's what we're used to seeing from Dalvin Cook.
In the other corner, you have the Buccaneers' run defense, just 3.3 yards per carry, and and just 74.2 yards per game.
If you're gonna run the ball, that's not gonna happen against this Tampa front.
They have Ndamukong Suh and William Golston up front in the middle, both guys with 30-plus tackles and 7 TFLs each. And then right behind them, it's Levante David and Devin White, 90-plus tackles each, 19 tackles for losses between them.
Just puts a hit on Cam Akers.
So this is where we check in on the Vikings passing offense. Then Kirk Cousins last week going for over 300 yards, 3 TDs, and a rating just under 100.
Action, a nice block, back into the end zone.
And their wide receiver combo is coming in hot too. Adam Thielen was back and immediately made an impact.
Back in the end zone, Thielen scored the touchdown.
And then there's that other guy everyone in Minnesota is so gritty about.
Looking deep for Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson put up another monster game last week. 9 catches, 121 yards plus a score.
Cousins drops back to Jefferson in the end zone, touchdown.
Tampa's pass D has regressed as the season has worn along too. Their rankings in TD passes allowed, yards allowed, completion percentage allowed, all south of average.
Now you want a deep ball, here it is. 75 yards.
Bucks pass rush though might be able to help out in this one. Their top 10 in sacks, Jason Pierre-Paul leading them with 8.5.
Getting to him was JPP.
And Cousins was sacked 4 times by the Jaguars, who were last in sacks going into that game. Tom Brady, on the other hand, usually does have time, but it may be that he still needs more time with Antonio Brown.
In the direction of Antonio Brown.
Brady's numbers overall are solid. 28 TDs, 11 interceptions, rating in the mid-90s.
Brady plays up Evans for the touchdown.
But Brady's passer rating has been under 100 in 3 of his last 4 games. The Buccaneers have lost 3 of their last 4.
Pass is intercepted.
It's not just that their poor play over their last 4 coincides with Brown's arrival. It's the difference between his production and the guy who lost playing time to him.
Second touchdown for AB.
Brown is averaging 5.8 yards per target, 8.4 yards per catch.
Antonio Brown in heavy traffic.
Scotty Miller, on the other hand, has averaged 9.6 yards per target, 15.3 per catch.
Look at Scotty Miller.
And Miller has had 20 or fewer snaps in each of the last 4 games.
And to the Scotty Miller.
And then there's their erratic use of their run game, which they should be jonesing to use more.
Jones breaks it. It's 34 on this gallop.
Ronald Jones is hitting at over 5 yards a run, but has 10 or fewer carries in 4 of his last 5 games.
But Jones just makes a miss with the movement.
Minnesota is a team you'd expect them to crank the run meter up on too. 5 yards a carry to the Jags last week, around 4.5 allowed per run for the season.
First down, pick up a 13.
Their D held its own against the pass last week. Picked off Mike Glennon twice, held him to a sub-75 rating.
Glennon intercepted.
That was against Glennon. The season numbers against the pass aren't anything to write home about.
Good catch by Jones and a good point touchdown.
So maybe we'll see a huge dance-off breakout in this one. AB on one side getting jiggy with it, JJ on the other side getting great with it. I don't know how to do either of those dances or whether the jiggy with it. But I do know how the comments section works. Your predictions go there. Howard, go on the graphic while I learn how to do
It's a big subject this week. Perfectly from that time, and here he is from the pocket. Going underneath. With Ronald Jones. High step it down the sideline. Touchdown.
After the safety, markedly different than your touchdown at the College Stadium last year against the Chargers, where you executed that 18-inch vertical. I mean, that 42-inch vertical trying to get into the stands. Here you get the safety body, and you look like nobody was there.
Unfortunately, you don't have fans this year. I wanted to show everyone that I can improve. I've improved on my vertical, but it's probably a good thing that the fans are there. So. I just got to pull the sword out and didn't have to worry about the.
Hey, I'm through 12, 6-6 Bucks this weekend. We'll get into Brady in a little bit. But personally, how do you feel your season's going?
I think initially as a team, we started off slow from a defensive standpoint. And I think for me, getting used to the acclimating last year, I was a rotational guy. Now I'm the guy who's playing 50 snaps. So I think I started off slow, but I think each week you're trying to find a new routine to find what fits you well. And I think that Jags game, I found a new routine. I've kind of switched things up, and yeah, I like that routine that I had going on, and I'm going to put like that from now moving forward.
Yeah, you didn't. I'm really glad you said that. It's very self-aware, and you didn't have a sack for like a month and change. But is it fair to say, Ifadi, in the Carolina game, that you kind of jumped up in that game with whatever you're talking about, like doing some new things, and you may not have had a sack, but don't you sense things are getting better?
Yeah, dude. So it's just like experience at the end of the day. Like I remember people were telling me, "Hey, Fadi, get ready for it to be started this year." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready. But it's just from a standpoint, it's a different type of game because last year I would go in all juiced up. You know what I mean? Play 20, 25 snaps, like, I'm bring the heat and get out. But now each week, each opponent you're going against, the talent you're going against, there's tendencies that I do that I don't even know about that they're picking up on. And it's a game of chess. You have to constantly revolve, go get back to the drawing boards, meet with Coach Dre, Coach Patterson, meet with the Margie, say, hey, what can I improve on? So I think last game was a I'm getting closer, and I feel pretty confident now.
How much has it impacted your season not having Danielle Hunter?
Yeah, so unfortunately, not having Danielle Hunter was a big deal just from a standpoint. You know what I mean? He's a game changer. Obviously, he's a leader where he's our most experienced defensive lineman. So having him gone early kind of forced all of us to grow up, to be honest. So it's not more like, hey, I don't need to have a good game, or I don't need to do my part because we have to save us. But now it's forced all of us to grow up, and I think it's good at the end of the day. So next year, when we do eventually get him back, will be pretty special. But I think for all of us, it's forced us to grow, and I think for that, like, we're getting better from this.
That is Ifadi Odenigbo with Paul Allen, X's and O's. You can catch it on Wednesdays at 6:30 right here on KFAN and the Vikings Radio Network. Keith Lipinski won $300 in last week's Quick Trip Opening Drive contest. Now, today's contestant is Tashel Kreutzer from Burnsville. Tashel will win $25 for every yard earned on the Vikings opening drive, plus a $500 bonus for a field goal and $1,000 for an opening drive touchdown. To enter, see your neighborhood Quick Trip and do it today. Coming up here next, Ben Lever is going to join me. We're going to talk about Cam Dantzler and his matchup after he's coming off of his first NFL pick from last week. That and so much more. This is Vikings football.
The 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at home this week, welcoming in the now 500 Minnesota Vikings for a rumble in the jungle in this case, found in the trenches when the Vikings try and run the ball.
With the comeback, and he's got room. Dalvin Cook.
In one corner, you have Dalvin Cook, the NFL's rush yards king, around 5 yards a run and leading the league in rushing TDs.
He's gone!
He was under 4 yards a carry last week, but talk about a workhorse. 32 carries, 120 yards.
That's what we're used to seeing from Dalvin Cook.
In the other corner, you have the Buccaneers' run defense, just 3.3 yards per carry and just 74.2 yards per game.
You're gonna run the ball. That's not gonna happen against this Tampa front.
They have Ndamukong Suh and William Golston up front in the middle, both guys with 30-plus tackles and 7 TFLs each. And then right behind them, it's Levante David and Devin White, 90-plus tackles each, 19 tackles for losses between them.
Just puts a hit on Cam Akers.
So this is where we check in on the Vikings passing offense. Then Kirk Cousins last week going for over 300 yards, 3 TDs, and a rating just under 100.
Action, a nice block back into the end zone.
And their wide receiver combo is coming in hot too. Adam Thielen was back and immediately made an impact.
Back in the end zone. Thielen scored the touchdown.
And then there's that other guy everyone in Minnesota is so gritty about.
Looking deep for Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson put up another monster game last week. 9 catches, 121 yards, plus a score.
Cousins drops back to Jefferson in the end zone. Touchdown.
Tampa's pass D has regressed as the season has worn along, too. Their rankings in TD passes allowed, yards allowed, completion percentage allowed, all south of average.
Now you want a deep ball. Here it is. 75 yards.
Bucks pass rush, though, might be able to help out in this one. Their top 10 in sacks, Jason Pierre-Paul leading them with 8.5.
I think so was JPP.
And Cousins was sacked 4 times by the Jaguars, who were last in sacks going into that game.
Pocket collapses and sack.
Tom Brady, on the other hand, usually does have time, but it may be that he's
still needs more time with Antonio Brown.
In the direction of Antonio Brown.
Brady's numbers overall are solid. 28 TDs, 11 interceptions, rating in the mid-90s.
Brady plays up fast. Evans for the touchdown.
But Brady's passer rating has been under 100 in 3 of his last 4 games. The Buccaneers have lost 3 of their last 4.
Pass is intercepted.
It's not just that their poor play over their last 4 coincides with Brown, their rival. It's the difference between his production and the guy who lost playing time to him.
Second touchdown for AB.
Brown is averaging 5.8 yards per target, 8.4 yards per catch.
Antonio Brown in heavy traffic.
Scotty Miller, on the other hand, has averaged 9.6 yards per target, 15.3 per catch.
Look at Scotty Miller.
Miller has had 20 or fewer snaps in each of the last 4 games.
And to the Scotty Miller.
And then there's their erratic use of their run game, which they should be jonesing to use more.
Jones breaks it. It's 34 on this gallery.
Ronald Jones is hitting it over 5 yards.
The Fan Mankato and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Vikings Bucks kickoff coming up here at noon. A must, and it's time for our Caribou Coffee. Which player will fuel the Vikings to victory? And with that, my boo, that would be Ben Lieber, who couldn't be more Minnesotan now owning a cabin up north.
Well, it's not really up north. It's kind of northwest of here, not too far. But yes, I know. I'm becoming one of us.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Flannel every day, and you can't go wrong, my buddy.
I just got to work on my beard.
Yeah,
exactly. I got to let it grow out a little bit.
Hey, normally when we do this whole Caribou Coffee and the fuel for victory, we have in the games past talked about Kendricks. Well, obviously he's going to be out, and wouldn't you know it, last week the Jags, Tyler Eifert had a season high 6 catches right when Kendricks was out. Who is going to be that Caribou Coffee fuel for victory player?
I'm actually going to go with 2 guys, and they're not stat hunters, and it's not going to be one of those things you just look in the box score. But I think both of our tackles have to have huge games because we know that they're going to give a ferocious, very fast pass rush, especially off the edge. And so those guys have to be athletic. They've got to be quick. They got to provide some time. And I think in the run game, cutting off everybody on the backside, allowing for that backside cutback, that's going to be huge as well. Those guys getting up to the second level with the linebackers. I think our tackles have to be the difference maker today.
Yeah, 34 sacks so far this year for the Bucs. Fueled for Victory is presented by Caribou Coffee. Order ahead on Caribou's mobile perks app and choose how to pick up your boo, and you can do that today. All right, so Cam Dantzler last week gets his first NFL pick. He also had the forced fumble and recovery, of course, on that as well in that play against the Jags. This week, a much different matchup with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown.
Boy, I know it's going to be tough for him and the guys in the back end. But, I think that's where, going back to your initial setup, we have to take care of the middle of the field. We have to shut down those lanes. And if we shut that down and we force Tom Brady and the weaker arm that he has now to throw outside the hashes and throw towards the numbers in the sidelines, that's where I think the ball is going to float just a little bit, going to give us a little bit more time for Cam and the rest of the guys to jump some of those passes. And I think if we learned anything from Cam last week is he's willing to take some risks. And it was a calculated risk on his interception. It was a short underneath throw. Even if he missed, it wasn't going to be a huge gain after the catch. So I think he's learning to understand where you can take risks in this defense. And if we can shut down the middle of the field, there's going to be some opportunities on the outside.
Vikings fans, saving you money on car insurance has been in Geico's playbook for over 75 years. So what are you waiting for? After the game, get a quote at geico.com. 2 questions for you here, Ben. First and foremost, you got an older quarterback, not only in just age with Tom Brady, but also he's more of that drop back quarterback. Do you bring pressure on Tom Brady in this game? Are you bringing in blitzes?
Yeah, I think we have to, but we have to simplify our defense because of all the guys that are in and out of the lineup. But I do think that you have to blitz him. In the 3 years prior to joining Tampa Bay, on blitzes, he was at around 8 yards an attempt. And this year with Tampa Bay, that's dropped 2 whole yards to 6 yards. So I do think that his production's down versus the blitz. You have to test him on the blitz, specifically some of the zone blitzing where you drop some big defensive ends and guys in the middle. So hopefully one of those big guys up front can affect the pass and maybe take off the ball today.
Other question with 30 seconds remaining here in this segment there, Ben Lieber. You called the game yesterday with the Gophers. You did a great job. It was awesome to watch. You of M, Antoine Winfield Jr., former U of M'er and Gopher. He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's pretty good. No, and I appreciate that. Those guys, both the safeties, are very aggressive in the middle of the field, and I do think if Kirk can buy some time against that pass rush, we can find some soft spots in the middle. We can catch some balls in the middle of the field against those aggressive safeties.
He is my boo. Thanks, Ben.
Thanks, Moss. See you, bud.
All right, buddy. Ben Lieber. Vikings football Sunday continues. Boom, coming up at noon. An interview with VA and Mike Zimmer is coming up next, and you're going to catch it on the Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Polaris.
The 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at home this week, welcoming in the now 500 Minnesota Vikings for a rumble in the jungle in this case, found in the trenches when the Vikings try and run the ball. In one corner, you have Dalvin Cook, the NFL's rush yards king, around 5 yards a run and leading the league in rushing TDs. He was under 4 yards a carry last week, but talk about a workhorse. 32 carries, 120 yards.
That's what we're used to seeing from Dalvin Cook.
In the other corner, you have the Buccaneers' run defense, just 3.3 yards per carry and just 74.2 yards per game.
If you're going to run the ball, that's not going to happen against this Tampa front.
They have Ndamukong Suh and William Golston up front in the middle, both guys with 30-plus tackles and 7 TFLs each. And then right behind them, it's Levante David and Devin White, 90-plus tackles each, 19 tackles for losses between them.
Just puts a hit on Cam Akers.
So this is where we check in on the Vikings passing offense then. Kirk Cousins last week going for over 300 yards, 3 TDs, and a rating just under 100. And their wide receiver combo is coming in hot too. Adam Thielen was back and immediately made an impact. And then there's that other guy everyone in Minnesota is so gritty about. Justin Jefferson put up another monster game last week. 9 catches, 121 yards plus a score. Tampa's pass D has regressed as the season has worn along too. Their rankings in TD passes allowed, yards allowed, completion percentage allowed, all south of average.
Now you want a deep ball? Here it is. 75 yards.
Bucks pass rush though might be able to help out in this one. Their top 10 in sacks, Jason Pierre-Paul leading them with 8.5.
Getting to him was JPP.
And Cousins was sacked 4 times by the Jaguars, who were last in sacks going into that game. Tom Brady, on the other hand, usually does have time, but it may be that he still needs more time with Antonio Brown.
In the direction of Antonio Brown.
Brady's numbers overall are solid. 28 TDs, 11 interceptions, rating in the mid-90s.
Brady plays open! Evans for the touchdown!
But Brady's passer rating has been under 100 in 3 of his last 4 games. The Buccaneers have lost 3 of their last 4.
Pass is intercepted!
It's not just that their poor play over their last 4 coincides with Brown's arrival. It's the difference between his production and the guy who lost playing time to him.
Second touchdown for AB.
Brown is averaging 5.8 yards per target, 8.4 yards per catch.
Antonio Brown in heavy traffic.
Scotty Miller, on the other hand, has averaged 9.6 yards per target, 15.3 per catch.
Look at Scotty Miller.
And Miller has had 20 or fewer snaps in each of the last 4 games.
And to Scotty Miller.
And then there's their erratic use of their run game, which they should be jonesing to use more.
Jones breaks it. Gets 34 on this gallop.
Ronald Jones is hitting at over 5 yards a run, but has 10 or fewer carries in 4 of his last 5 games.
But Jones just...
Bay Buccaneers take off shortly. It's Paul Allen, joined at this spot each and every week before Vikings football with head coach Mike Zimmer. Buccaneers off a bye and a 2-game losing streak. Linebacker Todd Davis, Mike. I wanted to ask you this last week, because he played a ton of snaps for the Denver Broncos, and I just kind of been wondering, A, why he was available, and B, how has he done at linebacker for you guys?
Well, I think the biggest thing was they had a change in defensive scheme there, and so they decided to go with some other guys. But he's done great for us. You know, he's a veteran guy that's smart. He had to play a different position last week and really did well. Obviously there's things to work on, but he's still learning the system, and I think he's been doing great.
You guys, and specifically you, love to play tough guy football. You like to run the ball, and you have Dalvin Cook. They give up 3.2 yards per carry, 74 a game. So challenging on the surface. What do you like about that part of the matchup, your run versus them?
Well, they're a team that does a lot of blitzing. They overload the fronts quite a bit. And so, it's going to be a game where we're going to have to stick with it. There might be some 2-yard runs, 1-yard runs, and then all of a sudden you hit an 18-yard run. So, you can't continue to stay in the run if you don't stick with it. So we're going to have to stick with it today and keep fighting. It's going to be a dogfight.
That second-year linebacker from LSU, they have Devin White, number 45. What makes him good, or what makes him really good?
Well, he's very instinctive, number one, but he can really run. He's a 4.38 guy, tackles well. They keep him free, and he allows to run and make tackles. That's what he does best.
So with that run defense, I mean, he and Levante David together, I would imagine they have a lot to do with that, right?
Yeah, they do. They're both very, very good downhill fast linebackers, and there's a lot of 5 on the line fronts with them, so it allows them to be active and run.
Brady just 16 sacks, and throughout his career, I always have felt one of the underrated things of Tom Brady. He doesn't hold the ball. I mean, he gets rid of the ball. Is that something that's difficult to teach quarterbacks?
Yeah, understanding where the pressure is coming from and be able to, the thing he probably does as well as anybody, he's not a scrambler, but he moves well in the pocket. He'll avoid the rush and still look downfield to throw the ball. So I think that's a big part of it. And then, he's tough to fool on the blitzes. So, hopefully we can get a few in there today and get him on the ground.
Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, how committed are they to the run?
Yeah, well, Paul, they're both really, really good backs. I think they both run really hard. There's been a couple games this year that they've kind of abandoned the run a little bit. I expect them to run the ball a lot more today.
Brady, last one. Brady still used that good play action. I mean, just as good as it gets with play action. Is that still big with him?
Yeah, it's really big, and he'll have Gronkowski going over the middle, or or Mike Evans, or one of the receivers that kind of go over the middle, but he's really good at it. He does a nice job of selling the run to make it look exactly like it, and their offensive line does a good job with that as well.
Hey, good luck against the Bucs today, okay, Mike?
Okay, Paul, thank you.
See you, bud. That's Mike Zimmer, head coach of the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings and Buccaneers coming up very shortly after Greg Coleman's pregame breach on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris. Today's horoscope brought to you by Geico.
The 7-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are at home this week, welcoming in the now 500 Minnesota Vikings for a rumble in the jungle. The jungle, in this case, found in the trenches when the Vikings try and run the ball.
With the comeback, and he's got Dalvin Cook.
In one corner, you have Dalvin Cook, the NFL's rush yards king, around 5 yards a run and leading the league in rushing TDs.
He's gone!
He was under 4 yards a carry last week, but talk about a workhorse. 32 carries, 120 yards.
That's what we're used to seeing from Dalvin Cook.
In the other corner, you have the Buccaneers' run defense, just 3.3 yards per carry and just 74.2 yards per game.
You're going to run the ball. That's not going to happen against this Tampa front.
They have Ndamukong Suh and William Golston up front in the middle, both guys with 30-plus tackles and 7 TFLs each. And then right behind them, it's Levante David and Devin White, 90-plus tackles each, 19 tackles for losses between them.
Just puts a hit on Cam Akers.
So this is where we check in on the Vikings passing offense. Then Kirk Cousins last week going for over 300 yards, 3 TDs, and a rating just under 100.
Nice block pick back into the end zone.
And their wide receiver combo is coming in hot too. Adam Thielen was back and immediately made an impact.
Back in the end zone. Thielen scored the touchdown.
And then there's that other guy everyone in Minnesota is so gritty about.
Looking deep for Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson put up another monster game last week. 9 catches, 121 yards plus a score.
Cousins.
FSP, The Fan, Mankato, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's Classic Rock.
Thanks everybody for coming. Appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Minnesota Vikings football is on the air all across the Minnesota Vikings radio network. Vikings football is proudly presented by the following broadcast partners: Miller Lite, your local Northland Ford dealers, Polaris, and Geico. Vikings football is also brought to you by the following:
Fund.com, Patrick's on Third, Cato Insurance, Community Bank, Ummies, James J. Kittner, Attorney at Law, The Circle Inn, MGM Wine and Spirits, PJ's Liquor Emporium, GSW, Schwickert's, Ron Belter Window Siding and Roofing, Mankato Movers, Midwestern Construction.
Today, the Purple hope to smoke Cigar City. Now, let's go live to Raymond James Stadium, along with former Vikings Pete Persich and Ben Lieber. Here with the call of today's game, the voice of the Vikings, Paul Allen.
Hey, the Minnesota Vikings offense gets the ball first today against the Bucs, and welcome to Vikings football. I'm Paul Allen. Here's Greg Coleman in the pregame breach.
Boys, today is going to be one of those games where anything can happen. You better be hoping that it's going right for the purple. Because even though the weather's perfect down in Tampa, you know, this team is going to face the pressures of a full-force hurricane with Brady and company. Now, you may have heard me say you're either going into it in the middle of it or coming out of a storm. Now, we face storms in life and pressures. But you know what? How do you survive those pressures? I'm glad you asked me. The pressure on the inside has got to be greater than the pressure on the outside. You can face any storm as long as you got a firm foundation. And you heard me say what it says in Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whoever hears my words and obeys him, I will liken him to a wise man who builds his house on a rock. The rock can survive a storm. Like you say, for this whole line, they're going to get battered and bruised today, but in the end, they got to remain strong because they got to give Captain Kirk time to get the ball to the guys. But if you light his hind parts up early and often, he might think about going out and walking that plank into his own Tampa Bay. But you know what? He's going to make some plays. That's okay. But if you make a mistake, get back up and don't be the mistake. Because I believe in a God that says I can do what he says I can do. I can be what he says I can be. And I can have what he says I can have. Because we got a faith that's rock solid. Paul P. Pitt, I don't know where you stand today, but I'm standing with the purple. Because in spite of the storm,
the witnesses in Paul Allen, Pete Persich, and Ben Lieber. Lost a couple of games this season to New Orleans by an average of 23 points per game. The Carolina team we beat at the wire. Tampa Bay beat those Panthers twice by an average of 18 points per game. Bradley Pinion set to kick off, and boom! It's Brady in the box. Got to beat those scallywags. And Minnesota Vikings football is in the air. Vikings get the ball first. The offense mostly brilliant the last six, starting in Lambeau. Cousins, 19 touchdowns, 0 picks in the red zone this year. Dalvin, 14 touchdowns, tied for most in the NFL.
Let's go Vikings. Let's go.
Second most receiving yards in Vikings history for rookies with 4 to go. And Adam Thielen, 12 touchdowns, 11 in the red zone, most in the NFL. It is 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 25. Offset high left behind Kirk Cousins. C.J. Ham in front of Dalvin Cook. 3 receivers. Hand off to Dalvin against allegedly the best rush defense in the NFL. And he goes steaming forward to the left side where he's hit at the 29 and stopped at the 30 by William Goldston, 8th year from Michigan State. The Buccaneers rush defense gives up 74 yards a game, first in the NFL, 3.2 yards per run, first in the NFL, and against running backs, they only allow 53 yards per game. Antoine Winfield Jr., the outstanding Gopher, he is a starter and a rookie safety for the Bucs on second down as Kirk goes back to pass. Now he runs 30, 35, 40. Kirk Cousins to the 43-yard line with a flag on the play. A 13-yard run by number 8 pending penalty, Peter.
Now, let's just hope this isn't holding on the offense. A lot of clapping on the Vikings sideline. Looks like it's going to go against the defense.
Defense, number 24.
There we go.
That 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
That's Carl.
First down.
Hold ball, and Carl Hamilton was the guy that we all know from 2 weeks ago against Tyreek Hill. Gave up
all right, we got a good start going so far.
First half, so he's grabbing on for dear life already. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense.
Number 69 is an eligible receiver.
Rashad Hill,
69 is eligible.
extra offensive lineman for the Purple. This Buccaneers run defense anchored by Devin White and Levante David, a couple of nice linebackers. First and 10 Minnesota from their own 48, just underway from Raymond James. Hand off Dalvin Cook. He steams to the right side across the 50 Bucs territory. Outside the numbers, hit at the 40, 50.
Let's go.
7-yard run for Dalvin against a defense everybody told us all week you can't run again. Well, that's exactly right, Paul. And they're doing it. You know, you look at Kyle Rudolph being injured, so you bring Rashad Hill in. You let him seal the outside, which may be better for the running game. But nice runs, a 5-yard run, and then now a 7-yard run. So 2 great first effort runs by Dalvin Cook. It is 2nd and 3 for the Vikings. Cousins from under center goes back to pass. He now runs out to the left. He's looking to run again, and Kirk Cousins is hit outside of the number 40 by Levante David, but he ran for 2. So 2 runs for 15 yards for Cousins, and now it's 3rd and very short, just underway. 6 and 6 Vikings, 7 and 5 Bucks. And every quarterback, Paul, when they get to the top of their drop and they don't see what they like, they don't see a receiver that's wide open. Some will drift and scramble to extend the play. Cousins has just pulled the ball down and ran it. And I think that's been brilliant on his part to just not sit in the pocket and try to make something happen. Just pull that thing down and get some yardage. 3rd and 1 from the Bucs 45. Cousins under center goes to Dalvin. He runs to a first down, and those Bucs just got lucky. If he didn't get tripped up at the 40-yard line, big boy was gone. First down for the Vikings. First down, Dalvin Cook. I love the way the right side of the offensive line
that
is
ball.
collapsing Tampa Bay's defense.
We're running that ball, guys.
Dalvin
Cook.
He's ready to get hit 3rd and short. He just runs up on Jordan Whitehead, the safety for Tampa Bay, and had he not stumbled and fell, that was one tackle away from him getting a touchdown. And it's 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Buccaneers 38. Cousins under center again. Tyler Conklin in motion. Offset eye left. Toss left to Mike Boone. Stutter steps at the 40. Almost is trapped for a TFL, but he dives to the right to the 35. Mike Boone. He will fall ahead for a gain of 3 yards. Mike Boone and Amir Abdullah will be playing extensively today with Alexander.
Guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it. I'm trying to build a Viking channel over here on YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Dozier, Garrett Bradbury, Ezra Cleveland making his 6th start, and Ryan O'Neal, the right tackle, makes his 40th start. It is 2nd and 7. Cousins with an eye behind him faces a 4-man rush as he goes back to pass. Swing right, flat, caught Dalvin at the 35, lowers the helmet in front of the Bucs bench, and it's a catch and run of 3, and that'll make it 3rd and short for the Vikings. 3rd and 4. Now they go back and play, Paul. The run with Mike Boone, that was a great run, because it was right into the teeth of a blitz.
Get it to Jefferson.
Is off the side, the strong side, which the Vikings ran to, and we were still able to get positive yardage. So that's good. I mean, mentally for a defense, you're leaky on the run. You start to blitz. You think blitzing is going to shut it down, and it doesn't. That's good for the offense. 3rd and 4 from the Bucs 33. Mike's 1 of 1 on 3rd down. Cousins shotgun, 4-man rush. Kirk is hit, and Kirk is sacked. Kirk Cousins was sacked on 3rd and 4. And it's going to be a loss of 8 yards. Getting him was Shaq Barrett, 7th-year Colorado State. His 7th sack this season, and Cousins has been toppled. Well, and it's just really a simple stunt. That's on Dakota Dozier. It's just a basic stunt where the
Dozier got to go.
Defensive lineman goes vertical, and the outside defensive lineman comes underneath. And
he's the weak link on the offensive line.
Riley Reef and Dakota Dozier.
Dozier.
Able to pass that stunt off, and they weren't able to. Dynamite drive, now a sack. So Britton Colquitt will punt from around the 50 to Kenyon Barner. Colquitt with 7 punts this season inside the 20. This one bounces at the 15 and is down at the 12 and is down inside the 20 for the 8th time this year for Britton Colquitt. That was Blake Lynch who touched it down, rookie from Baylor, making his National Football League debut. On the Northland Ford Dealer scoreboard, here comes Tom Brady. In a scoreless game, it's Vikings football.
MGM Wine and Spirits is your tailgating headquarters. With everything you need to keep you in the game, MGM has the area's best selection of cold beer, wine, and spirits for that touchdown shot. MGM specializes in craft beers, and they're conveniently located in the Belmar Center on Victory Drive in Mankato, on Commerce Drive in North Mankato, and on Highway 169 in St. Peter. If you're ready for some football, your tailgating headquarters is MGM Wine and Spirits.
Hi, this is Missy from Ummies. During this time, shopping local and supporting your favorite small town business has never been so important. Ummies is offering me curbside pickup, takeout, or fooddelivery.com. Call Ummies at 625-8277 to order your food. Please pay with a credit card or debit card when placing your order. Ummies will be offering daily specials as well. We will be taking your orders daily from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. until full services are available. Call Ummies or follow us on Facebook.
This is not just another ad for insurance. It's an ad for Cato Insurance. The agents at Cato Insurance Agency are special because they've been helping customers in Mankato for over 35 years. They can help protect what is important to you, from auto, home, to life insurance. So call Cato Insurance Agency today at 507-387-4081 or on the web at catoinsurance.com. Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
The worst place to sit in a courtroom is next to me, because usually it means you've been charged with a crime. Hi, I'm Jim Kidner, criminal defense lawyer. 507-345-6789. Look, everyone makes mistakes. You might want some help with yours. I hope you don't, but if you do need me, I'm here. Call criminal defense lawyer Jim Kidner, 507-345-6789. It's the best phone number in the world. In case you forgot, Jim Kidner, criminal defense lawyer, 345-6789.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Here comes Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. Scoreless game. Tom, 43 years of age. When Tom Brady debuted November 23rd of 2000 at Detroit, the Lions still played in the Silver Dome. For us, Justin Jefferson was 17 months of age. Dalvin Cook was 5, and Wiley veteran Harrison Smith was a 7th grader in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Brady, 5-0 against the Vikings, hands the ball up to the man they call Rojo, Ronald Jones to the right side. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5. The aforementioned Jones, 3rd-year USC, second-round pick, 2018, 6 touchdowns this year. He's number 1 in the NFL for yards per run at 5.06. Dalvin is 2nd. The Vikings defense operating without Eric Kendricks. 2nd down, Brady back to pass, whips one to the left side, is caught by Chris Godwin, and it's caught for a Tampa Bay Buccaneers first down. It's a gain of 10 yards, and they're at the 26.
Now, just a simple kind of an in route. He got in there between Cameron Dantzler and Todd Davis, and Godwin, Paul, just got the pins removed from his finger last week, so he's just back from a pretty big injury. He has 0 100-yard games this year.
Tom Brady sacked 16 times this season, stands tall in the eye, wearing the white 12 on his chest. 1st and 10 from the Buccaneers 26 in a scoreless game. Handoff Jones to the left side, crosses the line of scrimmage. Todd Davis, Jaleel Johnson, and Eric Wilson brought him down after a game.
Defense. Let's go.
Once again, with the Vikings operating for a 2nd consecutive game with Eric Kendricks, they lose their leading tackler. They lose 3 interceptions, number 1 in the NFL for linebackers, replaced by Todd Davis, 7th-year Sacramento State. Played 80
You guys subscribe to my channel if you haven't already.
Tackles. Spent 6 years with Denver, played a lot too. It is 2nd and 8. Brady's under center, hands it off to Ronald Jones. He has room up the middle as he shakes a Jalen Holmes attempted tackle, and he'll run for 5, making it 3rd and 3.
And Paul, if there is a soft spot or a weak spot to this Tampa Bay offense, it's really their offensive line. And I think Ryan Jensen's a good player, their center. Alex Kappa, however, their right guard, not great. Tristan Wirfs doing a good job as a rookie right tackle. Their 1st-round pick, Ali Marpet, Donovan Smith, their left tackle, not the best in the blocking the run. And I think the Vikings and the linebackers, now that they're figuring out all these pulls and schemes, are doing a better job.
It's 3rd and 3 from the Buccaneers 33. Brady with an River route to Gronk, incomplete left side. Gronkowski ran past Anthony Harris. Cam Dantzler late on the scene. Tom Brady could not close on it, and the Buccaneers are punting.
Wow, that was a definite Cameron
Good
Dantzler was
defense.
getting back there, and he was definitely wide open. So for Brady, that's just a missed throw between the two of them. You don't see that too often, Paul. But
Should
again,
have good
play
field
selection on
position.
third down. Byron Leftwich has been under a lot of criticism for throwing the ball in third and short situations, and it doesn't go well for the Bucs in the beginning.
Bradley Pinion punts for Tampa Bay. Scoreless game. Rush up the middle from Eden Prairie's Ryan Connolly. There's the punt. Chad Beebe. He's going to give it a drive from the 7. And Chad angles to the left side, tries to leap over a bucket, the 15. Now the ball's bouncing around. A member of the Buccaneers thinks he's in the end zone. He needs to calm down. Ryan Smith, he never plays. He's getting a rare opportunity to be on TV. So the ball was down. So no special teams problems here, boys, okay? Everything's calm. On the Northland Ford Dealer scoreboard, Vikings ball, no score. From the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, what do you guys feel about Chad Beebe as our returner? That guy scares me every time the punt. Or time he goes for the punt, man. He doesn't secure the ball. That guy scares me.
Edge, the roomy Ford Expedition, or America's best-selling truck Ford F-150. Buy now to get the absolute best deal on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including all the technology and safety features to keep you in command and in control, from the driveway to the highway. Buy now and earn low financing on your next great Ford. Go anywhere, do anything, and bring everyone. There's no time like now, because these great deals won't be around forever. Don't wait. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today. Best-selling truck claim based on 2019 CY sales.
Vikings fans, get ready for Game Day Sunday. Vikings fans, get ready for Game Day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Rashad Hill is in, extra offensive lineman to the left of Riley Reed. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Cousins under center. He will pass over the middle. It's caught by Adam Thielen. He's wide open just outside the left hash marks to the 30, 31, 32 by Devin White. And that's a gain of 16. Cousins to Adam Thielen. And first down in a scoreless game from Raymond James.
And Paul, that's exactly what we were talking about in the pregame about the distance and how deep Tampa Bay wants to keep their safeties. You get that play action pass, that play action run, get those linebackers to step up at all. It opens up these huge zones behind them, and that's exactly where Thielen settled in.
Cousins under center, 1st and 10 from his own 31. I formation, handoff Dalvin. He has more room, scoots out to the left side, 35. Antoine Winfield Jr., the Gophers rookie. He brings down Dalvin after a gain of 8 by a smiley Dalvin Cook. Looking at Buccaneers, guessing, saying, I heard about that top-ranked rush defense, but have you heard about me?
Well, absolutely. And I think Dalvin's really tackled himself twice. He's left probably another 20, 30 yards on the table already. He doesn't expect to be free getting in that second level, and I think it's caught him by surprise.
He had 2nd and 2 from the Vikings 38, no score first quarter. Cousins under center, back to Dalvin, rides his way to a first down between the hash marks, and he is brought down by Raheem Nunez Roches. It's a gain of 2 for Dalvin Cook. Roches part of a defense with Devin White, second-year LSU, really good. First rounder in 19, leads the Bucs in tackles. He has 5 sacks. Also, Levante David, a career Buccaneer in his 9th year from Nebraska. In his career, 11 interceptions, 22 forced fumbles. He's second on the Buccaneers in tackles. It is 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 41-yard line. 2 receivers left. Adam Thielen is slot left, offset eye right. Back to Mike Boone, and the running back has a bit of room to the right side. He will drag Shaq Barrett to the 45 for a run of 4, 2nd and 6.
And we're getting that bare front again, Paul, meaning you have 5 men on the line of scrimmage, and what they're trying to do is collapse the 3 techniques in either on the front side or on the backside cutback, and I think Mike Boone did a great job. That's only his 5th carry this year, so with Boone, you love his fresh legs. You just worry about ball security. He hasn't been hit that much as Amir Abdullah steps in, but you just want to make sure he holds on to that football.
And it is 2nd and 5 for the Vikings from their own 46. C.J. Ham motions to the backfield. Amir Abdullah, the tailback, play action to 31. Kirk, he'll pass to the left. Man wide open. It's caught Thielen. First down. Effortless. Absolutely
subscribe to my channel, guys. Appreciate it.
Central Michigan. 15-yard grab. Vikings back in Buccaneers territory. First down.
Yeah, Paul, you look at Cousins, who's completed 3 passes today, 1 to Dalvin and the other 2 to Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen has been as wide open as we've seen him. And again, that's the play fake. And you get our wide receivers on Carlton Davis and Sean Murphy bunting one-on-one. We are going to win those matchups.
Second time today, the Vikings have been in Buccaneers territory. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. No score, first down. Out of the shotgun, handoff. Dalvin runs into the back of C.J. Ham. And Cook will fall ahead for a gain of 1. C.J. Ham gingerly gets up and, in fact, is limping back to the huddle. 2nd and 9.
A little bit of different personnel group, so to speak, with the Vikings because no tight ends. They just don't, Kyle Rudolph not in the game. You're seeing Rashad Hill in a little bit, Conklin, but that last play, 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. Just a little bit of a different offensive personnel grouping for the Vikings.
Receivers left and right. Thielen motions to the right. J.J. to the left on 2nd and 9. Play action. Kirk boots out to the right. He will jump to Tyler Conklin, caught at the 36 and stopped by Devin White at about the 36-yard line for a quick-hitting gain of 3, make it 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 7 for the Vikings. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. The good news here, Pete, is you played a majority of the first quarter. Brady's had the ball once.
Right, and you're
time of possession.
Your defense better by keeping them on the sideline. Exactly right, Paul. And this is 3rd and 7, though. This gives Tampa Bay some opportunity to blitz and do some different things that they can do. So hopefully for Cousins, protection's good. He can get rid of this football.
The last 3rd down for the Vikings in Bucs territory. Cousins sacked. He takes the snap. Bucs rush 4. Kirk passes left, incomplete. Overshot Chad Beebe. Flag on the play.
It'll be interesting to see what this is. Like I said, the 3rd and 7. When you got a team like Tampa Bay that has this much firepower up front, in the passing game especially, they can blitz. The corners actually are better when they're just playing off.
Brad Allen.
Offside.
There we go.
Nose guard. Move into the neutral zone.
There you go.
Snap. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Brad Allen and the Buccaneers playing into the past performances. Allen's group, the Buccaneers have the most neutral zone infractions this year, 13. Shaq Barrett has 8 penalties, 4 neutral zone infractions. Ndamukong Suh has 3. So these guys will give you a free 5 about 2 or 3 times a game if you cadence them the right way. It still is 3rd down. It is 3rd and 2. Vikings 50% on 3rd down. They scrimmage from the Buccaneers 32 out of the shotgun. It's a gun run to Dalvin. He swings the left corner and dives for the first down. Nearly was tripped up in the backfield, but the tenacity and ferocity of number 33 got him a minus heel too, but the Vikings keep the ball and have a first down.
Yeah, great cutback by Dalvin Cook, Paul. And if you're Gary Kubiak and you're up in the booth watching this, you're going to call down to the sidelines and say, guys, we got to start hard counting. we got to start changing up this cadence because Tampa Bay, they were offsides on the first play of third down, and the second one they were nearly offsides again. So they are guessing the snap count. You got to mix it up on them.
Thielen in motion to the left, 1st and 10 for the Vikings from the Buccaneers, 28 scoreless in the first quarter. It is Amir Abdullah out of the shotgun, swinging to the left side, crosses the line of scrimmage, and he's hit and stopped after a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6. Now just about 2 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we're scoreless.
Paul, I'm very impressed with it. You know, you watch very closely.
Subscribe to my channel, guys.
And outside of Nunez Roches against Garrett Bradbury, there hasn't been. Tampa Bay has not been in our backfield, so our offensive line.
6 from the Bucs 24. Thielen in motion to the right. Dalvin Cook the single set. He gets the carry. Thrown to the right side. Cheeks of Bucs tackle at the 20. Outside the numbers. Lunges to the 14, gain of 10 by Dalvin against a defense. How good?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You know, Bradbury caught him right down the center, and that's something Mike Tyson always talked about taking on a block, taking on a guy right down the run, 69 yards and taking 6 minutes. Cousins first down out of the shotgun, gives it to Dalvin. Bucs thought they had him at the line of scrimmage, but Dalvin's too good, and he dives ahead. And for 4, Golston stops him, and we're nearing the end of the first quarter. Tom Brady had the ball for a grand total of like 2 minutes. It's a scoreless game, but this plan is working beautifully. Well, you know, it really is. I mean, the Tampa Bay really had, one series, third down, they missed an open Gronkowski, but the Vikings offense monopolizing time of possession. We just got to get a touchdown here. Tampa Bay is a good red zone defense, but we have to find a way to get in the end zone.
2nd and 6 for the Vikings from the Buccaneers 11. Cousins from under center, back to pass, whips it out left to Abdullah, shakes on a buck at the 10, angles to the right to the 5, and that's the end of the first quarter. But what a wonderful first quarter for the Vikings. A 7-yard catch and run by Abdullah. When we return, it's scoreless. 1st and goal, Vikings against these Tampa Bay Buccaneers into the second quarter, and this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Hey, thanks, guys. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the bell so that you're notified. When I go live on Sundays. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to build this Viking channel.
Prepare yourself for the season with preventative maintenance services and more. TGK Automotive, your neighbor, Mankato
95. We will inspect your furnace for proper operation and check for the presence of carbon monoxide. Don't wait or visit our website at schwickerts.com to schedule your furnace checkup. Schwickerts and Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hey, Jenny from the Servants Apparel information.
Make
Make your beer run to Range Street Liquors in Lower North Mankato. Check out their beer cave with over 500 cases of cold beer. They have all your favorite spirits and a great wine selection too. Locally owned and operated, Range Street Liquors is conveniently located in Lower North Mankato, just off Highway 169. Make your beer run to Range Street Liquors.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Scoreboard Central.
Brought to you by U.S. Bank, the official bank of the Minnesota Vikings. Montgomery busts one for 80 yards on the ground. Touchdown, Bears up 7-0 over the Texans. Tannehill to A.J. Brown, 37-yard TD. It's the Titans over the Jags, 7-0. Back to you, PA.
My man, thank you very much, Mus. Vikings fans, no matter the season, the great outdoors is always open. It's time to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris, think outside. Scoreless into the second quarter. Vikings first and goal from the 5 with a possession that has gone 7.5 minutes of the first quarter. The Vikings ate up half the first quarter with just this possession. Two receivers right, eye behind Cousins, handoff Dalvin up the middle, 4, 3, 2, stop right there, run a 4. It is second and goal from the 1 for the Vikings, scoreless game.
And Paul, you look at what the Vikings have done in the first quarter alone, 71 yards on the ground, which is almost what the Bucs have been averaging giving up. And they, we come in, and that's what you love to see. When your offense can get out there,
71 yards on the ground, just drive.
We run the football. That's what we're going to do, and you're able to do that to a Tampa Bay defense. It's fantastic.
Rashad Hill, extra offensive lineman to the right of Ryan O'Neal, second and goal line formation. Cousins to Cook, left side, and Dalvin shakes a tackle. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook shook a tackle at the 2, and he got into the end zone for his 15th touchdown this season, number 1 in the NFL, and it's 6-0 Minnesota.
Helps my fantasy team as well.
Had Dalvin sort of wrapped up, but Dalvin just kept on going, gets to the second level, gets up
Best running back in the league, Dalvin Cook.
Antoine Winfield Sr., I believe, and just Junior, and just gets that ball, pokes it across the goal line. Great run by Dalvin Cook, and what a statement this makes for the offense, Paul. You get in the red zone, you score a touchdown, you've been marching the ball on the ground against a team who's just not used to it.
Come on, Dan. Come on, Dan. Snap spot. Bailey missed the extra point, my God.
God damn,
That's his
what?
third missed extra point the last 2 games. 6-0 Minnesota on the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard. And the KFA and Minnesota Vikings radio
Sad.
network.
We gotta do something about that guy, man.
Waiting for the best time to get a new truck or SUV.
You almost cost us the game last week. Missed the field goal and 2 extra points.
Dealer or visit buyfordnow.com where you'll save big on the full lineup of 2020 Ford models. Like the completely redesigned Escape and Explorer, the powerful Edge, the roomy Ford Expedition, or America's best-selling truck Ford F-150. Buy now to get the absolute best deal on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including all the technology and safety features to keep you in command and in control, from the driveway to the highway. Buy now and earn low financing on your next great Ford. Go anywhere, do anything, and bring everyone. There's no time like now, because these great deals won't be around forever. Don't wait. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today. Best-selling truck maintenance of 2019 CY6.
Bold statement. Saving money with Geico is almost better than watching football. Think about it. When you're watching the game, yelling at the quarterback to throw the ball, throw it. Williams is wide open. Why are you doing this to me? Use that rocket arm. Come on. They don't listen to you. But if you went into a Geico office and yelled, "Someone please help me save some money on car insurance," everyone would hop to it, except the intern because it's his first day and he doesn't even have a computer yet. See? Better. Switch and save with Geico. It's almost better than sports. In the time it takes to say, Ecolab products and protocols are helping to keep this hotel cleaner. A family in this hotel has touched the luggage cart, the front desk, 2 room keys, an elevator button, another elevator button, another elevator button, another...
Hayden, stop that.
Look for the Ecolab Science Certified seal. and see a commitment to advancing cleaner, safer practices.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSB The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Good news, bad news. Good news, Dalvin Cook has 15 touchdowns this season, number 1 in the NFL. Vikings lead 6-0. The bad news, Dan Bailey has missed 3 extra points the last 2 games. You know, when the extra point was moved back to the 15 in 2015, Bailey hit 94 consecutive at the current distance for the Cowboys 2015 to 2017. Pete, what is happening to this kicker?
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't as if it was an almost miss. I mean, he mishit that ball. So there's something with the, with the snap and the spot that just in his head. He needs to just go out there and kick. Forget about it.
Oh, touchback. Brady in a second. Ben Lieber first.
Well, guys, I hate to say that we have an injury update already for the Vikings defense. Chris Boyd, ever so important as far as a backup role coming in nickel situations. He is questionable with the shoulder injury, so we may see more of Chris Jones as this game goes on.
Ben Lieber with the U.S. Bank sideline update. Tom Brady, 1 of 2 for 9 yards, the only time he's had the ball today. The Vikings have had the ball basically 13 minutes of the game, 2.5 for the Bucs, 1st and 10. Handoff for Ronald Jones to the right side, and the aforementioned third-year corner from Nebraska, Chris Jones, tripped him up, gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
On Tampa Bay, this is only their second possession as we have about a minute gone in the second quarter. So great job by our offense to staying on the field. So, defensively, they're trying to run the football. They're giving Ronald Jones a lot more hay early on. They haven't gone to that drop-back passing game, but give him some time.
A couple of receivers left. Chris Godwin to the right. Brady back to pass. Throws left. Incomplete. Breakdown in communication between Mike Evans and another receiver. So now it is 3rd and 7 for the Buccaneers, with Brady's yard per attempt this year being 6.9. He's the only player in the history of the NFL to win 6 Super Bowls, 256 career wins. That's most of anybody. And he has 569 touchdown passes, most ever, 21st year from Michigan. These Bucs 0 of 1 on 3rd down. It is 3rd and 7 from the Buccaneers, 28. Brady out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, Mike Evans to the right. Bucs 0 of 1 on 3rd down. Hitman comes on a blitz, but is picked up. Brady throws incomplete, overshooting Chris Godwin. And now for a second consecutive possession, the Buccaneers are punting. I think that Harrison
Good job,
Smith,
defense.
even though it was picked up, messed up Tom.
It did a little bit. I mean, he held on to the football, and I think if we executed the blitz properly, we would have had a sack right there. We make a mistake in coverage, however, leaving a receiver wide open, and Brady just airmails it over the top of Chris Godwin. So that's 3 passes already. Brady's thrown 5, 3 passes already, and Brady, the timing's been off, or just the throw has been off. So we have to capitalize on Brady and his inaccuracy early in this game.
Snap to Pinion, the right-footed Bradley Pinion, 6-year from Clemson, to BB, and here he comes near side.
We make homes more beautiful and energy efficient with the highest quality windows and siding available, even during winter. Order now and lock
Apologize
in
about that,
2020
guys.
pricing. We can install this winter or wait till spring. Either way, you save. Call 243-4354 or on the web at belterisbetter.com.
BOELTER, Belter is better. With snow season right around the corner, TGK Automotive has their 4x4 and driveline special and includes exchanging the transfer case fluids, front and rear differential fluids.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you'll get an alert every time I go live.
Preventative maintenance services and more. TGK Automotive, your neighbor.
Help me grow this channel for us, guys.
Locally owned and operated by hometown native Matt Solte. Go to tgkauto.com to learn more and find the location nearest you. That's TGK.
I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 on the West Coast.
KFSP, The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Center first catch by JJ, shakes a tackle at the 45, angles left to the 50, falls into Bucs territory after a catch of 17 by Justin Jefferson.
Rookie of the year,
Oh, I absolutely
Justin
love
Jefferson.
this short passing game. It's a simple 3-step drop. You get the ball in the hands of Justin Jefferson, and I don't know if there's anybody more dangerous after the catch right now. I mean, you think that the DB would have him wrapped up and he wouldn't be able to advance the ball, but he breaks a tackle, and he's one tackle away from scoring a touchdown. So Jefferson's just great in yards after catch.
Cousins, 6 of 6, 58 yards on first down, tosses it to Dalvin, and he hits to the left side, across the 40, tripped up at the 38-yard line. It's a run of 12 by Dalvin Cook. First down, Vikings.
This Vikings offense ball, 2 plays, they're moving the ball over 20 yards on the first 2 plays, and this is what I love. Dalvin Cook gets to that second level. When he gets through the line, Paul, there's no one within a yard of him. He gets one-on-one with Jordan Whitehead. Now, Whitehead comes up with the big tackle. Had Dalvin later on, as this game wears on, he's going to make one of those guys miss and take it to the house.
Dalvin, 12 runs, 61 yards and a TD. On first down, back to pass goes Cousins, swing left to Boone, caught his first catch this season, and he's out of bounds in front of the Bucs bench after a catch of 4, maybe 5. And it'll be second and 6 for the Vikings, leading 6-0. They went 14 plays, 84 yards, taking up half the first quarter and a little of the second quarter. The possession took 8 minutes, 15 seconds, capped by a Dalvin Cook 1-yard touchdown plunge. The extra point was missed, and now second and 6 for the Minnesota Vikings from the Buccaneers 33. Cousins out of the shotgun, Dalvin Cook in motion. It's a screen right to Jefferson, makes a buck miss at the 33, stiff arms another at the 34, and Antoine Winfield Jr., he threw him down violently, so violently, you get penalized 3-1. Let's go!
Wow, Paul, taking a look at that, unless he grabbed a face mask or something, I'm questioning this penalty. Ben?
Yeah, I'm actually with you. I think this has to be a face mask situation.
Unnecessary roughness. Horse collar tackle, number 24, defense.
Okay.
Half minutes into the goal.
All right. I'll take it.
It's where the right hand is, and he does have it. Technically, where he has his hand, yeah, that's a horse collar tackle.
But he doesn't pull him backwards,
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where
him around.
Right. That's where the interpretation needs to come in. Now, I will take it. Will I take it?
For sure.
Yeah, and then with the way Winfield came in and really finished him off, I think that's what put him over the edge. But, hey, encroachments, horse collar tackles, right now, I'll take all of it.
First and 10 from the Bucs 14, 6-0 Vikings. Dalvin Cook the single set. They scrimmage from the right hash, and Cousins is under center. 3-step drop, fade to the end zone. Incomplete. Adam Thielen tried to make a one-handed or right-handed grab on Davis. Couldn't close on it. Now it is second and 10.
Paul, with the one-on-one, when they're lining up, they've got so many guys in the box now. You've got Thielen one-on-one in space. The safety is really just guarding the goal line, which is a bit of a waste, in my opinion. But come up with something that, the fade was there. Thielen didn't come up with the one-handed catch like he does quite often, but there's so much room out there. There's other routes that we can run to get this ball into the end zone.
2nd and 10 for the Vikings from the Bucs 14. Irv Smith Jr. in short motion to the right of Cousins out of the shotgun, handoff Galvin. He'll get to the 13, jump cut to the 12. He'll get the 11, run of 4, and that'll make it 3rd and 6 for the Vikings with 10:53 to go in the first half. The Bucs get the ball to begin the second half, and the Vikings are dominating the time of possession. And like Pete has said in common thread fashion this game, got to get touchdowns against these Bucs.
Yeah, you do, and missing extra points doesn't help either. So this is a huge, huge play for the Minnesota Vikings. And I just think right now at 3rd and 6, you got to go through the air. You hit that thing to Justin Jefferson, baby.
Cousins, shotgun, 3 receivers left. Jefferson is slot left. Now it's an empty backfield. BB heads out slot right. Bucs rush 4. Kirk back to pass. He is now sacked back at the 18-yard line. Kirk just kind of hung in there, and
it doesn't make any sense. You're in the red zone. He has time to pull the thing down.
Yeah.
Throw it out the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Don't lose distance on a sack in the red zone. Just throw it through the uprights. You're never going to get a penalty for throwing the football away. It just doesn't make any sense. He had the time, had the ability. Just get rid of the dang thing.
2nd sack for the Bucs. That goes the way of Ndamukong Suh, who has 5 this season. Dan Bailey with a 36-yard try, left hash. Andrew DePaula snaps. Britton Colquitt holds. Snap, good, spot down. Bailey missed it. He's broken. He's broken. That's the only way to put it. He is
missed it again.
Broken. Bailey missed the field goal to the right. He's missed an extra point. He missed 3 kicks last week. So we march all the way down the field like that against Tom Brady. We're only winning 6-0. Ridiculous. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
4 points off the board.
Fund.com looks to hire enthusiastic staff for the busy Halloween season. This year was no exception. Fund.com would like to take this time to extend
This is crazy, man. This is the wrong time of the season for this guy to do some field goals.
This year. The response to fill our seasonal customer service, shipping, and inventory positions was remarkable.
Field goals and extra
Halloween
points.
season was a huge success. The
I guess teams like the Buccaneers, man, we got to be making those field goals and extra points. Can't afford not to.
Skol Vikings.
Eric here from GSW Exteriors. Home improvements can be extremely stressful. Let us take the stress out of your home improvement projects with a complimentary project appraisal. It's your home and your decision, and we're here to help educate and guide you through the process. We carry vinyl and seamless steel siding. And
guys, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell so that you're alerted every time I go live. I go live on Sunday mornings on the West Coast. It's 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast.
Patrick's on 3rd and St. Peter's. Happy to announce they're still open, serving pickup food to go at the door every day from 11 to 8. That's right, that great food that's made Patrick's famous, the world famous patty melt. They're the best.
I'm looking for some co-hosts for the morning show. I'm going to leave my email address in the description once this game is over with. If you're interested in co-hosting this channel with me for Viking pre-games, let me know. I appreciate it.
GSW Exterior Specialist of Mankato is proud to offer the revolutionary leak protection system Gutter RX. Gutter RX is a 100% aluminum system to relieve the worry of warping or rot. Best of all, Gutter RX has no roof attachments. Gutter RX is attached on the front and the back of the gutter so it can handle the ice and snow of a Minnesota winter. Call today for a free project appraisal at 216-7869. GSW Exterior Specialist, changing the home improvement experience one job at a time.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP, The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Welcome back, 6-0 Minnesota. It's whole season at Mystic Lake. Enter casino and digital drawings for prizes like season tickets and a Polaris side-by-side. Details at mysticlake.com/football. Ben Lieber, Pete Bursich, Paul Allen, and the Vikings leading 6-0 despite missed field goal and extra point. Cameron Brate, drafted from Harvard, in motion to the left. Tom Brady back to pass, fires a fastball to the right, flag on the play. It's caught by veteran Mike Evans at the 45, turns it up inside the numbers for a catch of 21, pending penalty. First down, Tampa Bay.
Mike Evans battling a hamstring all during the week, but that's what he is. He's such a good possession receiver, finding those soft spots and zones off the glass.
Prior to the pass, illegal use of the hands, number 20 defense. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Gladney's just got to be more disciplined and keep those hands down. And
Gladney's weak.
It's going, and that curl, the route that Evans is running is going right into linebacker territory, and you see Troy Dye get there a little bit late. So, the defense, you can't worry about what the offense has just done. You just got to get out there and play your game. 6-0 Vikings, first down Bucks, handoff for Ronald Jones. He runs to the left side. Jalen Holmes, Armin Watson, Jamar Steppen corral the USC product after a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 with 9 minutes and counting to go in the first half. Dalvin Cook scored for the Minnesota Vikings. Bailey missed the extra point. It is 6-0 against Tom Brady, whose offense has yet to cross midfield. They are approaching it as they scrimmage from the Buccaneers logo, the flag logo, with Brady out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left on 2nd and 9. Brady 2 of 5, 29 yards. Ronald Jones to his left. Godwin in motion, handoff to Rojo, room up the middle, hit at the 50, falls into Vikings territory. It is a run of 4 by Ronald Jones, and that will make it 3rd down. And the Vikings are, defensively, you see guys moving around. You're seeing Harrison Smith come down into the paint, and then at the same time, you're seeing Gladney kind of drop back like a safety. So they're trying to mix up these looks for Tom Brady, so he just doesn't feel comfortable. 3rd and 4. Brady has been so inaccurate on 3rd down, Paul. The timing has either been off or he's overthrown his targets.
Shady McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, 12th year from Pitt. He's in the game to the right of Tom Brady. Scott Miller in motion to the right. Couple of receivers stand up left, 3rd and 4 midway through the 2nd quarter. Brady facing a 3-man rush. He'll keep one deep, center of the field, and Miller caught it for a touchdown.
I told you, I knew it.
Chris Jones, it was
a deep
shot to Scott Miller in his 2nd year from Bowling Green. He has 3 touchdowns, and for Tom Brady, 29 this year. We're tied at 6.
Well, Paul, you go with the nickel package with 3 D linemen, 3 linebackers, and you only rush 3. You drop everybody underneath, so Brady doesn't see any of his underneath routes, but he stays in there. We don't get anybody on top of him or anywhere near him. And I don't know where, there should be some type of safety help for Davis underneath on this, but
Anthony Harris was 25 yards from the line of scrimmage. I'm going to ask a rhetorical question because, with all due respect, I've had no idea what he's been doing all year. What was he doing?
I don't know. I mean, you'd expect to get safety help from somewhere, even if it's 3 deeper quarters, no matter what they're playing, there should be somebody there to help on that post.
Ryan Suckup kicks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 12th year, South Carolina. Snap spot. He made it. On the Northland Ford dealer scoreboard, 7-6 Tampa Bay. It's Vikings football.
Damn, man, that's what I'm saying. We can't be leaving points on the board. We just can't do it.
This year was no exception. Fun.com would like to take this time to extend a big thank you to everyone who both applied and worked for us this year. The response to fill our seasonal customer service, shipping, and inventory positions was remarkable. Because of you, our Halloween season was a huge success. The Fun.com family is grateful for all your hard work and effort. Be sure to check in with us next summer when we start hiring once again. Skol Vikings.
Hey guys, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button. Hit the bell if you haven't already. That way when I go live on Sundays, I go live 9:30, 30 minutes before the game comes on. 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast, I go live. I'm also looking for a couple of co-hosts for the pregame. If you're interested, I'm going to leave my email address in the description after this, after the game is over with. Just go back and check my description and email me if you're interested. I'm looking for a couple of people to help me do the pregame and postgame shows.
We have you covered. We are one of the few locally owned and operated banks.
If you're interested, just let me know by emailing me.
Whether you're opening your first account, approaching retirement, or starting a new business, our goal is the same, to be your bank. Stop by and see us today. Community Bank Mankato, member FDIC.
The worst place to sit in a courtroom is next to me, because usually it means you've been charged with a crime. Hi, I'm Jim Kidner, criminal defense lawyer.
I can't be funny.
507-345-6789. Look, everyone makes mistakes. You might want some help with yours. I hope you don't, but if you do need me, I'm here. Call criminal defense lawyer Jim Kidner, 507-345-6789. It's the best phone number in the world. In case you forgot, Jim Kidner, criminal defense lawyer, 345-6789.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Well, welcome back to the game. It was a 48-yard touchdown strike. Brady to Miller right down the middle of the field. And during the break, we had a chance to look at the replay, and it looks like Anthony Harris, who was lined up deep center field to begin the snap, had no situational awareness. The fastest guy on the field in Scotty Miller was streaking down the field to his left. He stays his feet planted right in the middle of the field, does not get back and be deeper than the deepest, and that seemed to be the big breakdown there for the Vikings defense.
Hey, at Geico, we'd like to single out a special group of customers and say thank you to all military personnel serving the country. You have been an important part of what we do for more than 75 years. 7-6, Tampa Bay, Brady, 48 to Scott Miller. Here's the kick, and Amir Abdullah mops to let it sail into the end zone for a fair catch. I mean, it's Pete and Ben, you guys both play defense, man. You guys know more about this than me and the listening audience ever will. Harris was standing there. He saw Miller flying center of the field and instead steps forward to Mike Evans, who ain't going to do anything. It already was covered.
He's either guessing or seeing ghosts, one or the other. And that's the thing. When you're playing center field like that, that's what your job is. You know, you're deepest to deepest. You don't let anyone get behind you. And he absolutely took a guess and tried to jump something underneath or saw something underneath, and just gave up a huge play.
1st and 10 for the Vikings. Cousins from under center, play action. It is a screen right to Tyler Conklin, and he turns it up 35 to the 40. Angles to the right to the 41. Catch and run of 15 yards for Tyler Conklin. It's a Vikings first down.
Well, it's frustrating to say the least when you're out there as a team and you're winning in every category, every box score, every which way except on the scoreboard. You leave 4 points on the board already between missed PATs and missed field goals. However, with what this team has been through already this year and how crazy it's been, I think they're used to it.
1st and 10 for the Vikings from under center. Handoff Dalvin through the line of scrimmage. Angles right to the 50. And he slides down at the 45-yard line. Effortless 15-yard run by Dalvin Cook. He's up to 79 first half yards with a TD. It's a fresh 4 for the Minnesota Vikings.
Man, what a great run. Just patient. Reading his blockers and cutting things back. I mean, he's so good behind a fullback and CJ Ham, and Dalvin slides foot first, which is a surprise, but he lost a shoe along the way, so they're just going to put that back on. He didn't want to give it the one shoe touchdown run, so smart play by Dalvin.
1st and 10 Vikings. 3rd time they've been in Bucs territory. We only have 6 points. Cousins, play action. He'll pass left. Irv Smith, this junior, wide open 40, near the boundary 35, and Barrett along with Sean Murphy. Bunting shove Irv out of bounds. A catch of 13 for Irv Smith, the junior. My intel is he'll play about half the offensive snaps today after missing 2 consecutive with a bad back first down.
Yeah, well, Paul, when you see Tampa Bay get up to the line of scrimmage and blitz, with Cousins, he's got a great throw to Irv Smith, move the chains, but he had a home run wide open and Adam Thielen deep. I mean, it was there. And if the team blitzes and they're blitzing right into the play fake, you have time to let that thing develop. I think we left a touchdown on the table there.
7-6 Vikings, 1st and 10 from the Bucs 31. Handoff to Dalvin, and Dominican Sue and several Bucs trap him. It's no gain. 2nd and 10. We head over to Ben Lieber.
Well, guys, the offensive play selection, formations, the motions pre-snap have all been brilliant. But what I've liked and what I've noticed, the last 3 opening drives on first down, all pass plays, 16 yards to Thielen, 17 yards to Jefferson on this last drive, a screen pass to Conklin for 15 yards. We are catching these guys off guard on first down.
2nd and 9 now with 5 minutes to go in the first half. 7-6 Bucks. It is 2nd and 9 from the Buccaneers 31-yard line. Cousins out of the shotgun. 3 receivers left. Tampa Bay rushes 4. Kirk will fade left to the end zone for Jefferson. Incomplete. Front left to the end zone. Murphy Bunting had him covered nicely. Ball fluttered out of bounds anyway. So it is 3rd and 9.
Well, unfortunately, you've taken 2 shots deep, back to back, and now you're staring 3rd and 10 in the face, ball into 31. Normally, I would be okay with this because this is in within Bailey range, but with how Bailey's been kicking today,
what do you do?
Yeah, well, the one thing you don't do here, Paul, is take a sack. You don't want anything lost yardage right here to get him even further out of range.
Cousins has been sacked twice. 2 of 4 on 3rd down. Shotgun. 3 receivers left. Dalvin by his side. The blitz happy Bucks have not blitzed yet. I bet they come this time. Yep, they rush 5 and the play stops. Timeout or flag, one of the two.
This could be a delay of game. Prior to the snap, charge timeout. Minnesota, they're first. Please set the game clock to 4:48. 4:48 on the game clock, please.
So on 3rd and 9, the Vikings take a timeout in Bucks territory. And they're trailing 7-6. We've had a Dan Bailey missed field goal and extra point, and we pause. For station identification, this is Minnesota Vikings football.
Hey guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button for me. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that when I go live on Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast.
On-site producer, Chris Hockey, technical guidance provided by Jared Wells. David Koo is the statistician and the spotter. And we welcome you to Minnesota Vikings football, the 13th game. The Vikings are 6-6. The Buccaneers are 7-5. Brady to Scott Miller for 48, their only touchdown. 3rd and 9 out of the timeout from the Bucks 31. Amir Abdullah sheds the backfield. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Cousins goes empty. Takes the snap, flag, false start, Ryan O'Neal.
That's exactly what I was talking about, Paul. This is the area where you don't want to be going backwards. I mean, I understand that you're going up against Keith Barrett. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down. Yeah, so the part that bothers you as a coach is you sit there, you just took a timeout to make sure you had the right play at the right time in the right area, and then you jump off sides. It's just it's frustrating to say the least.
So now we go to 3rd and 14 from the Bucks 36. The Vikings playing an excellent game of keep away, dominating that possession, but they're losing 7-6 on 3rd and 14. Cousins shotgun. Tampa Bay rushes 4. Kirk looking right, passing right. It is caught at the boundary and knocked away beautifully. Excellent play by Carlton Davis, 3rd year from Auburn. Jefferson was coming down close to the first down marker. Here comes a surging Davis to swat it away.
That's really the first time I've seen this happen. I mean, Jefferson usually strong-handed, but a great job by Carlton Davis. I mean, he gives up the catch, but gets to the outside and swats the ball away. So, that's a heck of a play by Carlton Davis.
Dan Bailey with a 54-yard try right hash. Bailey this season is 2 of 4 from 50-plus. He has missed an extra point and a field goal today. Snap good, spot down. Oh my gosh. And he missed it to his right by 40 feet
at least. At least the width of the goalpost, Paul. And the thing is, the ball is just taking off that way. I don't know if it's the wind or
you can't kick anymore.
Whatever.
You get touchdowns and okay. 7-6 Bucks on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings radio network driven by Polaris.
Wow.
Vikings superfan Raging Reggie.
This is crazy, man.
Reggie wasn't so raging.
Anyway, guys, please hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so that you're notified when I go live. I go live at 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast, 30 minutes before the game starts. Also, I'm looking for a couple of co-hosts. If you want to co-host the pregame and postgame shows with me, I'm going to leave an email in my email address in the description of this video after the game. Just email me and let me know. and then we can exchange information. We have a talk, have a conversation about it. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for coming over. I'm trying to grow this channel.
TCO still keeps the North strong, one patient at a time. Learn more at TCOMN.com.
Please hit the like button for me.
This Christmas, Fleet Farm has every gift for every
Hit the like button and the bell so you're notified when I go live. Again, it's 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast.
$15 gift card when you buy 2 select Yeti drinkware products. Know someone who's big into ice fishing?
I am looking for a couple of co-hosts. If you're interested, pre-game and post-game shows, I'm going to leave my email address in the description. I'm after the game. Just email me, let me know.
To the fourth industrial revolution, a revolution powered by data and applications, AI and IoT. And now there's one company born to enable it, Lumen, the platform for next generation business that combines adaptive.
You know what? Better yet, let me give you guys my email address. Anybody that may be in the room that's interested.
Architecture that next gen apps require. Say hello to Lumen, the platform for amazing things. Learn more at lumen.com. You're listening to Vikings football on KFSB, The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLB, Mankato's classic rock.
Just email me and let me know, guys, if anyone is interested.
Any day you can play the new Viking scratch games from the Minnesota Lottery. Trubisky to Graham 5-yard touchdown, and then add to that a safety.
I want to thank the 5 people that I have over from Facebook and the 11 people I have here from YouTube. Thanks, guys, for coming through. I appreciate it.
10-7, back to PA.
Alrighty, Muss, 7-6 Bucks, 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Buccaneers get the ball to begin the second half, and Tom Brady has it 1st and 10 from his own 44, and he hands it to Ronald Jones, who heads to the left side just to top the logo, hit at the 45. It'll be a gain of 2, maybe 3, second down.
Well, I love the way Todd Davis is playing. That's just a regular 2-back ISO to the weak side. Todd Davis comes up and meets the fullback in the backfield and holds that to a short run. So, I mean, Davis is stepping in for obviously injured Eric Kendricks, but I think he's doing a really, really good job.
On 2nd and 8, Brady goes out of the shotgun. Vikings blitz. Brady's hit, but he gets it off, and he fires left, caught by Chris Godwin at the Vikings 40, and Harrison Smith and Gladney stop Godwin after a catch of 10, and it's a first down for the Buccaneers, leading 7-6 with 3:50 and counting to go in the first half.
Well, that's why as a defender, you have to be ready at the snap, because that would have been a sack by Eric Wilson. Todd Davis, he blitzes, comes underneath the fullback, and then Eric Wilson wraps all the way around, and he hits Brady and knocks him down. But if they just run that blitz on time, that's a sack.
Brady from under center on first down hands it to Ronald Jones with a head of steam between the hash marks, hit at the 36 by Afadio Denabo, and the man they call Rojo falls ahead for 3. 2nd and 7 from the Vikings 34, 7-6 Buccaneers.
Now, the defense, they played well. They gave up one big play, and that's the part that kills you. You can play well, you give up one big play, and you give up 7 points. You do not. Tampa Bay gets the ball at the beginning of the first half, so you need to second half. You need to buck this up here and try to hold them to at least a field goal.
It's 2nd and 7. Brady out of the shotgun, fires right. It's a screen, and it's caught at the 31-yard line by Antonio Brown. An Antonio Brown sighting, and he rallies for 6. He'll be shy of the first down. It is 3rd and 1 for the Buccaneers. Antonio Brown, 10th year, Central Michigan, 0 touchdowns in 5.5.
Hey guys, my email is the Gmail address that you see up there, not the Yahoo one, but the Gmail.
From Tom Brady, 15 touchdown receptions in 2018 with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Buccaneers are 1 of 3 on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1 from the Vikings 28. Brady goes out of the shotgun. Rojo by his side. Godwin in motion to the right. Gun run. Rojo runs into the backfield offensive lineman, but he forges ahead for a gain of 2 and a Buccaneers first down, and we hit the 2-minute warning. 7-6 Buccaneers threatening to extend the lead on the KFA and Minnesota Vikings radio network, driven by Blair.
And they get the ball to open the second half. Does do the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Just crack open an ice cold Coors Light.
Again, everybody, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Hit the bell so that you know when I go live on Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. I'm on the West Coast, so I'm on live at 9:30 a.m. If you want to do the pregame or postgame show with me, my email address is there in the chat. VikingsFansToday@gmail.com. Just email me, let me know if you're interested in doing the pregame and postgame shows with me. Thank you. I have 5 people from Facebook and 7 people from YouTube. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate it.
To keep their important work thriving in our communities. Together, we can build a healthier and stronger Minnesota.
For Minnesotans, the outdoors is home. Nobody gives you more ways to get there than Polaris. From Indian motorcycles and Ranger side-by-sides to windy snowmobiles and Bennington pontoons, we bring Minnesota's best to every season. Our wooded trails, twisted highways, and the rugged shores of all 10,000 lakes are an invitation. A chance to let what's outside challenge what's inside you.
At halftime, the show will be muted, but as soon as the third quarter begins, I will be back to start it. The audio for the third quarter. Again, when halftime comes, I will be muting. I will be bringing up the Viking Buck logo, and then as soon as the third quarter begins, I'm resuming the broadcast.
Supplies last. Some limitations apply. See your Minnesota IV stores for details. You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Boys, I think Ben Lever may have the answer to Tom Brady. 5-0 lifetime against the Vikings, 2-0 versus Zimmer. Brady has beaten analyst Pete Persich 0-2 when he was a linebackers coach. Ben Lever twice when Ben played with the Vikings, but Ben beat Brady twice with the San Diego Chargers. Greg Coleman played in the 50s, so he never had the opportunity to play, Tom. But Nacho, man, you beat Brady twice.
Yeah, Nacho did a good job.
It is 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers, leading 7-6. Brady loops one to the right, incomplete, could have been picked. Ronald Jones coming on what Brady thought would be a wheel route, but nobody was there. Second down.
Yeah, nice job defending the middle of the field. They wanted Gronk. It's that play fake, try to get Gronkowski up the seam, and there was Anthony Harris on the outside. He was there waiting for it as Troy Dye was underneath. So Tom Brady's not there. He just takes a step and throws it, and yet another overthrow by Brady. I mean, he's really been sailing the football, and usually that turns into interceptions at some point.
Brady, 5 of 9, 99 yards and a 48-yard touchdown. 2nd and 10 from the shotgun. Vikings rush 4. Brady swings it right flat to Ronald Jones, caught at the 23. Then he's upended and chopped down coyly after a gain of 4. That'll make it 3rd and 6 from the Vikings 21. 140 and counting to go in the first half. Vikings with 2 timeouts. Brady has 3, and the Buccaneers get the ball to begin the second half.
Yeah, this is a huge play right here, Paul, to hold this team to a field goal attempt. With the way this first half is gone, if you get out of this thing, you get the ball, you'll have a little bit of an opportunity, but to only be down by 4 points going into halftime is pretty remarkable.
LaShawn McCoy, the tailback to the left. Brady on 3rd and 6. Brady, short drop. Dump left. Caught Shady McCoy. Shakes on Todd Davis to the right side, but then the hitman and Eric Wilson bring him down. Flag comes in very late. Wow. At the 17, it is a gain of 4. Davis slowed fellow veteran McCoy enough for a couple of Vikings to converge. This flag came in very, very late, Peter.
Yeah, this is, a face mask or something like that. It was right by the area of the tackle, so, that doesn't look good for the defense as they discuss this thing on the sideline. But a nice job covering everything down the field, making Brady go to the check down. I mean, you just got to make the tackle.
Personal foul. Lowering the helmet to initiate contact. Number 22.
Are you kidding me?
Defense.
What happened?
To the goal. Automatic first down.
The second guy, to make the tackle. Harrison, lowering his head. It's, I don't know.
I mean, McCoy was near the ground Harrison honestly did not even need to be part of that, so he dove himself in there. I think they're looking for 22. So now out of the penalty, handoff Ronald Jones on first and goal, bounces to the right, and he is upended by Gladney and Dye. A couple of rookies capture Jones. It's a gain of 2, second and goal for the Buccaneers.
Well, you take a look at our defense in the red zone. We faced the 11th most passes in the red zone and 8th most runs. What does that mean? That means we see a lot of snaps in the red zone, and you come out of it, we're third in the league with only giving up touchdowns a little over 50% of the time. So great job by the Viking defense as we get into the red zone. The problem is we spend way too much time there. Yeah. The other number that enters into this is that we're 22nd in red zone sacks. So the interceptions are there in the red zone, just not a lot of sacks. We need that turnover right now. We need something big out of this defense right now.
So it is second and goal for Tampa Bay out of a timeout from the 7-yard line. 7-6, Tampa Bay, empty backfield. Now McCoy motions to the backfield to the right of Brady. 2 receivers left, and Antonio Brown out to the right. Brady takes the snap. Vikings blitz. Brady passes left, and it's incomplete. Flag came in late. Jeff Gladney on Mike Evans.
They're going to call Gladney for pass interference because he contacts. He contacts Evans and pushes him over. I mean, it's kind of a.
Let me ask you this:
a bit of a ticky tack.
So the guy at the back of the end zone.
Pass interference. Defense. Evans slipped. He didn't get pushed down. Evans slipped down.
Okay, so the ref back right of the end zone, that's the back judge?
Yeah.
So who's the guy by the pylon?
Side judge.
Okay, so the back judge, the back judge is basically saying to the line judge, you are stupid. You were 2 feet away from that, and I was 10, and because you can't do your job well, I'm going to come over the top and call that.
And that's the back judge's call to make. But the problem is Evans slipped and fell down. Gladney did not. It wasn't an interference bit.
First and goal, offset eye right, handoff Ronald Jones. He goes leaping into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A couple of Vikings penalties aided that
Never
drive.
fails.
And Tampa Bay has taken a 13-6 lead.
Yeah, 54 seconds left to go, and Tampa Bay getting the ball at the beginning of the second half. So now this game, from Paul, at the beginning of even in the way into the second quarter, it's taken a complete 180 where Tampa Bay was just awful. They couldn't stay on the field. We were, time of possession, we were killing it. We just didn't put points on the board. We have absolutely 4 missed points that should have been there with a short field goal and a PAT, and then a 52. That's out of 7. This game really should be tied.
13-6, Buccaneers suck up the extra points, and of course it goes right down the middle on a day that we're missing 3 kicks by a mile. 14-6 Bucks on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Waiting for the best time to
All right, guys, so remember, when halftime comes, I'm going to mute. I will be back at the beginning of the third quarter. I want to thank you guys for coming from both Facebook and YouTube. Again, I go live at 9:30 every Sunday morning, West Coast time. I am looking for a couple of people to co-host with me. If you're interested, my email address is in the chat. It is VikingsFansToday@gmail.com.
From the driveway to the highway. Buy now and earn low financing on your next great Ford. Go anywhere, do anything, and bring everyone. There's no time like now, because these great deals won't be around forever. Don't wait. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today. Best-selling truck line based on 2019 CY sales. This isn't a grilled cheese.
If you're interested in doing the pregame and postgame shows with me, my email address is VikingsFansToday@gmail.com.
Buying needs to change to compulsive saving.
As I sit here on this couch, I decided to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Again, at halftime, I will go dark.
backyard.
There will be no audio during halftime, but as soon as the third quarter comes back,
U.S. Bank can help turn it into your next pursuit. Equal housing lender.
we'll bring the audio back up and we'll be able to enjoy the rest of the game.
In the Twin Cities banded together with a simple promise to make healthcare better for everyone. One by one, the doctors earned the trust of families and communities across the state. Today, you know them as Twin Cities Orthopedics, the official sports medicine provider of the Minnesota Vikings. With over 35 clinics and 8 urgent care locations across the metro, TCO still keeps the North strong, one patient at a time. Learn more at TCO.
Again, if there's anyone out there that wants to help me with the pregame and postgame shows, my email address is VikingsFansToday@gmail.com. Just email me and let me know.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers march 10 plays, 56 yards, took 3 minutes, 53 seconds of the second quarter. A couple of defensive penalties, one on Harrison Smith, the other on Jeff Gladney, propelled the drive. And Ronald Jones II, one went leaping through the air. And for Ronald Jones, his 7th touchdown this year, 6 by land. He had 192 rushing yards recently against Carolina and a dazzling 98-yard touchdown run in that game, the longest in the history of Tampa Bay Buccaneers football. Dalvin Cook has the Vikings' only touchdown. The A topic for the Vikings, Dan Bailey has missed 3 kicks, 1 extra point and 2 field goals. And I mean, not to be sarcastic, but seriously, all 3 of the kicks, the extra point left, the field goals to the right, they've missed by a combined 130 feet.
Exactly. That's the part that
terrible, man.
That's disturbing. Now, you look 14-6, and then you look at the numbers, and it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't match up. What it is, though, it's not really what the Vikings are doing. It's what they're not doing.
It's the extra points.
Penalties late on the defense allows Tampa Bay to score another
extra
touchdown.
Points, the field goal.
You know, we're just not taking advantage, and we're allowing Tampa Bay to hang in here. And it's just really, it's tough to watch.
1st and 10, Cousins back to flat pass, Bucks blitz, Cousins passes right, incomplete. He was looking for Chad Beebe at about the 30-yard line. On charging Bucks out of the bye at 7-5 with a 2-game losing streak. Have it now 2nd and 10 against these Vikings. Minnesota has 2 timeouts. The Buccaneers also have 2. Antoine Winfield Jr., 2nd-round rookie from the Gophers, 2019 Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, has started every game for the Buccaneers. And man of many talents, just like his father, Antoine Sr. On 2nd and 10, handoff out of the shotgun to Amir Abdullah, and he weaves his way for 3 between the hash marks. It'll be 3rd and 7. Clock continues to run. In fact, now it stops for 30 seconds. No, it doesn't. It continues or doesn't. Buccaneers have 2 timeouts. Undoubtedly want the ball back.
Well, I mean, that's
timeout. Tampa Bay, they're second. It will be 30 seconds. Please set the game clock to 35 seconds.
They're probably, what they want is they probably just want another special team snap for the Minnesota Vikings with the way things have been going. Come on, man. Paul, you come in halftime, and I think that some of the adjustments that are going to be made, I think, out of Tampa Bay, is that with the Vikings.
Guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so that you can get notifications from when I go live. I am looking for people to host with me on the pregame and postgame shows. Email address is in chat.
7 with 35 seconds to go in the first half. From the Vikings 28, Cousins shotgun. Bucks rush 4. Cousins deep drop passes right, incomplete to Jefferson, covered by Levante David. So now the Buccaneers will be A, facing a Vikings punt, and B, they'll have 20 seconds and small change with 1 timeout to try to get more points.
Well, we're not the only team that puts defensive ends inside. Jason Pierre-Paul one-on-one, with Dakota Dozier, and he just runs around Dakota Dozier like he's tied to a post.
Like he wasn't standing. Dakota Dozier, that dude is the weak link on that Viking offensive line. Dakota Dozier.
Look good. Snap to to Colquitt good. Britton with a high punt, and it is fielded at the 20-yard line by Kenyon Barner, second year from Oregon, and he runs up to the 26, and that's where he stopped. So 21 seconds to go in the first half. Buccaneers won the toss and opted to defer, so they'll get the ball to begin the second half, and Tom Brady is 7 of 11, 106 yards and a touchdown, 7 of 11 for 106, and one of them went for 48 to Scott Miller when Anthony Harris blew the deep coverage. So Zimmer and the defense, for the most part, are doing really, really good work.
Yeah, Brady helped us out early, airmailing a number of passes, just overthrowing a lot of receivers, and that despite that one big throw, he played pretty well.
Brady back to pass, fires to the right, caught Cam Brate, 9-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 1, and the Buccaneers stop the clock with 12 seconds to go.
Yeah, the Bucs have one timeout.
Hey, Geraldo, thanks for coming through. Appreciate it. Hit the like button for me.
Field goal range here pretty soon.
No, they just used their last timeout.
Is that their last one? Okay, so they're out of timeouts. I don't know, 15 seconds.
All fans are welcome, both Viking fans and Buck fans.
If you're Vikings defense.
Ronald Jones, 11 runs.
We can talk a little mess and enjoy the games together.
For the Buccaneers, Mike Evans, 1 catch, 20 yards. Godwin, 2 for 25. Former Golden Gopher Tyler Johnson, no receptions, not even sure if he's jumped into the game yet. A rookie from Minnesota, just 25 snaps the last 4 for Tyler. According to PJ Fleck, the greatest wide receiver in the history of Gophers football. #1 all-time for receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and 16 100-yard games. Also #1, Tyler Johnson. Meanwhile, Brady 2nd and 1 with 15 seconds to go in the first half. Out of the shotgun, he'll whip it over the middle. Caught Antonio Brown at the 45 on the run. Far side to the 50, taken down at the 47. 16-yard catch, clock to 5, 4, 3, ball set down, and Brady killed the clock at the 47-yard line with a second to go.
Of course he did. It's some of the benefits of playing at home. You don't get the crowd noise this year, but you still have one of your guys running the clock. So, of course, with 1 second left to go, you get one last Hail Mary situation here. So, I don't know. I mean, the defense is going to have to go in at halftime, and I don't necessarily think do a ton of adjustments. It's just kind of play the way the defense has been designed. I mean, from a schematic standpoint and from a game plan standpoint, I think the defense has looked great. Has looked very, very good. 30 seconds. I think the Vikings take a timeout here. Make sure he's the right personnel. This is a good time though on a last-second play like this, Paul, to just do the reminders. Bat the ball down. Don't intercept it. Try to jam up the lead bird, and they're probably going to throw it to Mike Evans. Mike Evans is the
again. Everybody's about to be halftime. On halftime, I'm gonna go radio silent. I will be back at the beginning of the third quarter. If you haven't already, please hit the like button. Hit the bell so that you'll be notified when I go live. 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast every Sunday morning. I am looking for a couple of co-hosts to do the pregame and postgame shows with me. If you're interested, it's vikingstoday@gmail.com.
Hoping it's full of pewter grace, and it is nearly intercepted in the end zone by Harrison Smith. Flag came in. Chris Godwin, the intended receiver. Flag was in the end zone.
Garza, there is no video. YouTube and Facebook would take me down if I did that.
Curtain in the end zone. By rule, the ball's played to the 1-yard line. Automatic first down.
Crazy.
Wow.
This
Todd
is crazy.
Davis, the linebacker, on tight end. Was it Cam Brayton or Gronk?
No, that's not Gronkowski.
Wow.
I mean,
extra play.
I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, he doesn't look.
Yeah, Garza, I wish I could do video, man. Only able to do audio.
Here comes Ryan stuck up for an extra for a field goal. 19 yards. He's made 18 consecutive. Hasn't missed in 2.5 months since early October from 44 against the Chargers. Snap spot. Sucked up. 19 in a row. 17-6 Buccaneers into the half, and Brady gets the ball first to begin the second half. We'll be back shortly with the halftime show. It's Vikings football.
Fun fact, Midwest states have the most hailstorms, windstorms, tornadoes, and winter storms.
All right, guys, I'm going to go on silent for the halftime. I will be back at the beginning of the third quarter. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Repairing your roof, siding, and metal
touchdown pass.
Yes.
A simple execution. Follow your keys, and you keep Tampa Bay off the board. Those touchdown passes, you talked to Amp Harris, not following his keys, being in the wrong place at the wrong time, not looking back. Then Davis. Yeah, is it a ticky-tack call? Absolutely.
Oh, you're talking about the PI at the end of the half?
Yeah. You gotta look back at the ball. Simple execution. Now, back to Dan Bailey. You just don't break a kicker that fast over the last several weeks. And, I know there's a lot of question, well, why would Mike Zimmer sit him out for a 54-yard field goal? Well, he has had a great week of practice. Zimmer still has a level of confidence in him, and he was trying to kick him out of this funk. It may have put him deeper. Now, that's going to be answered the next time they have an opportunity to, if they score a touchdown, are they going to go for two? Are they going to kick Davis a point? Or the next time when there's an opportunity to kick a field goal, will he allow Dan Bailey to go back out on the field? The question that you have to ask yourself, people are calling for Dan Bailey's head. Is there anybody else out on the street that's better than Dan Bailey right now? That's questionable. I know that there was a kicker on the practice squad a little bit ago. Not sure of his status right now. But Dan Bailey right now is a troubled man.
Yeah, 7 points off the board for the Minnesota Vikings with those missed, not only PAT, but then the field goals. I mean, obviously 54, you're starting to ask quite a bit from a guy who's been in the league for a while, but nonetheless, 54 is a normally hittable field goal for Dan Bailey. Do they actually let him do you even take a risk of letting him kick?
I do, because you've got to decide whether he's still going to be your kicker next week, or have you washed your hands of Dan Bailey during this game. He has his own fate in his hands or foot, no pun intended, right. But Mike Zimmer is going to have to be in Rick Spielman. Man, they're going to have some tough decisions to make, and I guarantee you, I've seen it before. Those decisions are going to be made by the time they land back in Minneapolis.
All right, Greg, great stuff. As always, we'll talk to Greg coming up after the game as well. Located at Eden Prairie Center, Wildfire offers a selection of steaks, chops, and seafood in a modern
Doors is always open. It's time to let what's outside challenge what's inside you. Polaris, think outside. Tom Brady, 9 of 14, 131 yards and a touchdown. Ronald Jones, 11 for 33 and a touchdown. Cousins, 10 of 15, 97 yards. And, there's Bailey's kick to begin the second half. And it's a touchback, so Brady and company begin at their own 25-yard line. By the way, join Adam Thielen and the Salvation Army in providing food, shelter, and care for our neighbors in need. Text SKOL to 24365 to donate today. Tom Brady has not lost 3 consecutive games in the regular season since 2002. The Buccaneers, 7-5, have lost 2 consecutive into their bye. They're out of the bye. And here comes Brady under center, 1st and 10 between the, make that on the right hash from his own 25. Jones, the tailback, 2 receivers left, and Ronald Jones gets the call. Todd Davis slows him and tackles him. It's a gain of 2. It's 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and defensively, Paul, you take a look at that first half, and one that was really dominated by the Minnesota Vikings until the end. And you look at the last 3 possessions of the Buccaneers, they've been able to put up 17 points. 10 of those points are all aided by penalties, and penalties are easily fixable on defense. So just get back to what you were doing earlier in the game.
Brady, shotgun, facing a blitz, passes to the left quickly. And it's caught at the 33 by Evans on Dantzler. His 2nd catch today, just inside the numbers. It is a gain of 7 yards, making it 3rd and 2.
Wow, nice job by Dantzler. It's an awareness thing. It's another blitz. The blitzes that we've been running are getting there. It's just Brady knows exactly where to go with the ball, and the receivers know when to break things off. So Dantzler has to know that ball's coming out quickly and just play tighter coverage on Mike Evans.
The Buccaneers are 2 of 5 on 3rd down. LaShawn McCoy motions to the backfield. Brady wearing the white 12, and his chest goes out of the shotgun as Harrison Smith cheats to the line. Handoff out of the gun. McCoy room up the middle. He's to the 40, just outside the left hash marks. Hit at the 42, and it's a run of 10 by LaShawn McCoy. By far his longest run with the Buccaneers, first down.
Yeah, LaShawn McCoy not really doing a whole lot up until this game. I mean, 6 attempts for 1 yard coming into this thing. Minus 1 yard, excuse me. So, yeah, not doing a whole lot. But that's a mental error of the defense. You had Harrison Smith up in the box, and you need to have 1 man in each gap, and we let a gap wide open, and that got up to the safety. So, mental error by the defense.
17-6 Tampa Bay, first down. Handoff McCoy. The man they call Shady wiggles to the left side across the 45.
We shall see, Justin.
Stop him, run of 4 as we go to Ben Lieber.
So I just want to add into what Pete was talking about with the blitz. And we are blitzing Harrison Smith a lot more, and some of it is getting home, but it's about a step or 2 late. It's because we're blitzing from depth. That's what we've been doing the last couple of games. But with a quick trigger,
if you haven't already, please hit the like button.
We're not really
subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell.
Tipping off for blitzes or cheating up to the line of scrimmage just a little bit more.
I do appreciate it. Thank you.
On 2nd and 6 for Tampa Bay from its own 47. Ryan Jensen, the 7th-year center, sends it back to Brady out of the shotgun. LaShawn McCoy tries the right, sprints away from a Claudio Denebo as he angles up to the left to the 50 Vikings territory, and a run of 4 by the veteran Shady. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
Now, you take a look at Tampa Bay. They take Antonio Brown and motion him across, and with that, you've got Gladney going over there with him, and then the linebackers, Davis and Wilson, they're flipping sides, and they're running into each other by the time the ball snapped, and that just gives LaShawn McCoy a little bit extra time to move the chains. But right now, Tampa Bay is in absolutely no hurry right now. They are just taking their time.
Buccaneers 3 of 6 on 3rd down. It's 3rd and 1. Handoff McCoy around the corner. First down, 45-40. Running away from Eric Wilson for a 14-yard gallop. LaShawn McCoy couldn't find him with a searchlight most of the season. Now he's running the Bucs to first downs.
That's 100% on Eric Wilson.
Every time you play the Vikings, make you look good.
Outside of Gronkowski. I mean, you have Gladney taking the inside gap. Stay outside, build the wall. I mean, he just got too head up on Gronkowski, so that's just lack of gap discipline on this drive that's been killing the defense.
Brady on first down from under center, play action. He'll loop one deep left. Evans caught 8-yard line, first down. First and goal. Dantzler may have hurt his left shoulder. A 29-yard connection. Evans got a couple of steps on Dantzler, and now
Dantzler hurt his left shoulder
for the Buccaneers.
Well, just kind of a wheel route on the outside, and Dantzler just not getting there in time. And Dantzler might have caught his shoulder just with Harrison Smith hitting him, but I don't know what Dantzler, why he slowed up or why he decided to not continue to drop.
Xavier Rhodes' excuse.
With Evans when he ran the wheel route.
Get beat and then you end up hurt.
From the 6 for the Buccaneers early in the third quarter, leading 17-6. Godwin in motion to the left, out of the shotgun, handoff Jones up the middle. He's hit at the 5, and Ronald Jones reaches out to the 3, maybe the 2. They'll say it was a dive of 4 yards. It'll be second and goal.
Well, not the way you wanted the second half to start, and with the way the Vikings offense has been going, they've run the football well, but just not doing a great job in pass pro. And you let this go in for a touchdown, you're down by 18. You don't have a lot of time to run the football left. So this possession right here has a huge effect on the rest of this game.
A couple of tight ends to the right, Gronkowski and Brake. Now Brake goes in motion to the left, offset eye right, play action. Brady rolls out to the right, throws to the end zone, and it's caught for a Buccaneers touchdown. It is Rob Gronkowski, his 5th touchdown this season, 84th of his career. Brady has thrown 2, and the Buccaneers lead 23-6.
That's just your basic, goal line play. That play's been around since the beginning of time. It's just Gronkowski leaving his way out, and Eric Wilson taking his eyes off of who he's supposed to be covering and getting back there. It just gave Gronkowski too much room. So, it just defense not coming out sharp in the second half. Missed gaps. Guys not doing their job. Guys not reading their keys. I mean, you can't do that against any team in the NFL, let alone a guy like Tom Brady.
Ryan Suckup for the extra point. Snap spots. Hey, Suckup missed a kick. Holy cow, it must be in the Tampa Bay Air. Ryan Suckup missed an extra point, so it stays 23-6 on the Sleep Number scoreboard. Third quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Fun fact, Midwest states have the most hailstorms, windstorms, tornadoes, and
again, thanks everybody for coming through. I appreciate it. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. I am looking for a couple of co-hosts to host the show with me for the pregame and postgame shows. Email address is in the chat if you're interested. Thank you.
MGM Wine and Spirits is your tailgating headquarters with everything you need to keep you in the game. MGM has the area's best selection of cold beer, wine, and spirits for that touchdown shot. MGM specializes in craft beers, and they're conveniently located in the Belmar Center on Victory Drive in Mankato, on Commerce Drive in North Mankato, and on Highway 169 in St. Peter. If you're ready for some football, your tailgating headquarters is MGM Wine and Spirits.
Each year, Fun.com looks to hire enthusiastic staff for the busy Halloween season. This year was no exception. Fun.com would like to take this time to extend a big thank you to everyone who both applied and worked for us this year. The response to fill our seasonal customer service, shipping, and inventory positions was remarkable. Because of you, our Halloween season was a huge success. The Fun.com family is grateful for all your hard work and effort.
I agree, Jody.
Check in with us next summer when we
These
start
referees are
hiring
crap
once
today.
again. Skol Vikings.
You can have it all at Patrick's on 3rd in St. Peter. Burgers, wings, and lots of good beer. 30 taps to be exact. Get a buck off taps and apps during happy hour, 3 to 6, Monday through Friday. Enjoy tasty home cooking with daily specials, and of course, Patrick's world-famous patty melt and the best burgers on the planet. Trivia on Tuesdays, karaoke every Wednesday. Great live music most weekends. Breakfast Saturday and Sunday with the best Bloody Marys north of the Mississippi. And of course, Patrick's warm Irish hospitality all the time. Burgers, wings, and lots of good beer. Patrick's on 3rd in St. Peter.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSB The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
For providing food to the broadcast crew today at U.S. Bank Stadium. Stop by your local Buffalo Wild Wings. Try the new lemon pepper orange chicken pizza and the new Blazing Carolina Reaper sauces. The Buccaneers went 9 plays, 75 yards, took nearly 5 minutes of quarter 3. Brady to Gronkowski, been doing that for many years. They have connected 5 times with the Buccaneers, and Tom Brady has a couple of touchdown passes. Ryan Suckup missed the extra point, so it's 23-6. Buccaneers leading the Vikings with 10 minutes and change to go in the third quarter, and Bradley Pinion kicks it away to Amir Abdullah, and he will settle for the touchback.
Paul, you take a look at the Vikings as a team. Early on, it was all about our offense, the domination, the over 12 minutes that we have the football in the first half, and you walk away with only 6 points from that with a missed field goal, 2 missed field goals, excuse me. And then the last 4 possessions for Tampa Bay have resulted in 23 points. Now, in the first half, it was penalties that were killing us, but on that last drive, it's mental errors on defense that are getting us.
First possession of the second half for the Vikings offense as Cousins goes back to pass, screen right to Dalvin, and he dropped it. Dalvin dropped it as he attempted to turn up the field. Jason Pierre-Paul on the scene. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with JPP, 11th year from South Florida. 8.5 sacks with these Buccaneers and a couple of interceptions. He has 29.5 sacks in 38.5 games with the Buccaneers as a Dalvin Cook leaves the field. And
looks like a finger or something on his hand. But the ball, I think, hit him in the thumb and jammed his thumb. He was looking right into the sunlight when that screen was thrown, and I think he misjudged the ball.
2nd and 10, 23-6. Bucks lead third quarter. Amir Abdullah with a toss left. He heads outside the numbers to the 25, 27. He's hit and stopped after a run of 4.
It's been a very long time, Jody.
Down by Raheem Nunez.
Very long time.
It'll be 3rd and
If
7.
ever.
Vikings.
Well, and the Vikings, Paul, running the football, they've done a great job. I mean, you've got 112 yards rushing. So they definitely have been able to get it on the ground. The problem is you don't have time, I don't think, anymore, really not much longer, to really run the football. This is going to fall on the arms of Cousins and having to throw this ball and move it up and down the field through the air.
Minnesota 2 of 6 on 3rd down. Kirk out of the shotgun with 4 receivers. He shakes the shoulders, gets away from it. Dominican Sue throws left, caught first down, cold-blooded at the 46 on the left boundary to Conklin.
Let's do
Cousins
something.
had to shake it. Dominican Sue, who's already sacked him once today, it's a gain of 13 and a first down.
Yeah, I mean, really, really good protection by the Vikings offensive line. Cousins had plenty of time. You see Jefferson sitting there in the middle of the field, kind of wide open. You just wish that Cousins could get to the top of that drop and make that decision. And if he has to move or scramble a little bit just to extend the play, I think that would help him quite a bit.
Cousins, 15 touchdowns, 2 picks since the bye week 7. The only Vikings touchdown today, Dalvin Cook. First down, Kirk from under center, play action. Wheels one out to fullback C.J. Ham in the right flat, caught at the 46 in front of his bench, and he will fall ahead to about the 46-ish. Gain of 7, maybe 8. 2nd and 2 for the Vikings from their own 49.
And you needed a good drive by this offense, so the defense has some time to get things together on the sidelines.
No, we need a score. We need a touchdown.
Doing a good job. Brady was off a little bit, but
not just kill time.
Since the last 4 possessions, it's been all Tampa Bay.
2nd and 2 from the Bucks 49. Cousins under center, gives it to Dalvin, and he stutter steps to the right, and that's where he stopped. And he stood up by Levante David. It's no gain. Also, Raheem Nunez Roches, 6-year Southern Miss. He was in on the scene. So now it's 3rd and 2, Pete, from the Bucks 49.
Yeah, this is, you don't want to get pass happy at 3rd and short. I mean, you have
this is 2 down territory.
Run the football well.
Yes,
I mean, you got to take a look at what Tampa Bay is going to try to do here. If they're going to try to blitz, they have plenty of bodies here at the line of scrimmage, Paul. They're looking for a run here.
3rd and 2 from the Bucks 49. Cousins under center. Jefferson left, Thielen right. Straight eye, play action. Blitz picked up, dump right. Caught C.J. first down, excellent play. And Devin White is the one to capture C.J. And they go to throwing half-hearted blows at each other on the sideline. It's a gain of 9 and a first down.
That's the old C.J. Ham into the flat. They haven't really covered that, all day. So, but for the Vikings on 3rd and 2, you do what you have to do to move the chains. A great block by Dalvin Cook on Shaquille Barrett. He just goes at his legs, and what that does is it keeps the hands of the defensive lineman down. When someone's going at your knees, you don't really put your hands up. So great block by Dalvin Cook.
23-6 Bucks. 1st and 10 Vikings from the 40. Cousins play action. He'll pass left. It's caught by Ham at the 37. Shakes a tackle left side. Gets outside the numbers, and he's corralled and taken down at the 35 for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
CJ Ham doubled the amount of receptions he's had this season with those 3. It's the outlet that's been there. And, for Cousins, if you can get that thing out there just a little bit more quickly, we saw that with years of Brett Favre, man. He would get that thing out into the flat so quickly, it gave the running backs some time to turn things up.
So now from the Buccaneers 35, it is 2nd and 5 for the Vikings. They scrimmage from the left hash. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Cousins out of the shotgun, gives it to Dalvin. He heads up the middle, and the ball was nearly stripped at the 31. He was stopped right there. A gain of 4 by Dalvin Cook against a team allowing 3.2 yards per run in the NFL. And it'll be 3rd and short, Pete, but that's the real shame of it. Vikings come out of the gate against the seemingly impenetrable, and they just run all over the Buccaneers. You got 2 missed field goals, a missed extra point. That stuff's deflating.
It is, but again, you can only. That's when you have to look at things and say, I can only control what I can control, and then you can't control the kicking game. As a defender, you can't pick and choose when you're going on the field. You have to just defend it with everything you have.
Rashad Hill in, extra offensive lineman to the right of O'Neal on 3rd and 1. It's a handoff to Ham, encountered in the backfield, shakes it a little, but he did not get the first down, and he's at the 31-yard line. He's about 2 feet shy of the first down. So now it's going to be 4th and 1, and this is a 100% go for it with the way Bailey's kicking.
Yeah, you absolutely have to go for it here, Paul. And, with the way that CJ Ham was tackled, if he'd have kept his knee off the ground, he would have fallen forward for that first down. So, Bailey, is going to have to stay on the sidelines, and this is, we're in the 3rd quarter with 4:52 left to go, and you talk about, must-have type play. This is it right here.
10th play of a possession that's
and down by 17.
3rd quarter, 4th and 1, handoff Dalvin, up the middle, in at the point of attack, but he's Dalvin, so guess what? Got it! First down, Vikings.
Yeah, you love that about Dalvin, Paul. He just puts that head down, churns those legs, and just buries it, burrows his way for the first down.
Ben?
Yeah, guys, there's a difference in our running approach this half versus the first half. The first half, we were front side fast, and we were right at the line of scrimmage right now. This second half, a little bit more stretch, a little bit more zone, a little bit more width to our running game. We need to get back to running vertically uphill.
I'd rather be front side fast than backside slow. 1st and 10 from the Bucks 30. Cousins back to pass, plenty of time, shakes the pressure, sees nothing, dives ahead to the 25, and for Kirk, it is a run of 4, maybe 5 yards. 2nd down, 2nd and about 6, with 3:49 and counting to go in quarter 3. It's 23-6 Tampa Bay.
Oh, protection, not bad on that play as Rashad Hill comes jogging off the field, but Cousins, there's just no outlet for him. There's no one short underneath that he can get rid of that football. So when he steps up, he just pulls it down and gets 5 on the ground. He did that early in this game in the 1st quarter. It worked out well, but we've got to get something in an intermediate type passing game here as we get into this red zone.
2nd and 5 from the Bucks 26, empty backfield. Dalvin heads out right. Cousins back to pass. He's going to throw it away over the middle. It was close to Jefferson, covered by Levante David on a cross left to right, but now it's 3rd and 5.
Well, it's a double kind of an in route. Jefferson comes in, and then you have Thielen with a curl behind him, and it was actually Thielen that was open. So, you with Cousins just having a little bit more patience, letting this play develop. I mean, Thielen's standing there in the gap in the receivers. He's wide open, and Cousins just missed him.
So the Vikings are 4 of 9 on 3rd down. 12th play of a possession. That is eating up a fair amount of 3rd quarter clock. False start or offside?
Oh, it's offside.
It is? False start.
Yep, Tyler Conklin moving. I mean, we had him. They jumped off sides. That's a free first down. Pierre Paul, he's lucky. He's pointed at the tight end. There's no way you saw the tight end on the other side of the ball move there, Pierre Paul.
False start. Offense, number 83.
He's lucky.
5-yard penalty.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, and for Conklin, he's getting a chance to play a lot more today. I know these are the kinds of things that you can't do, right? It's now you're staring at third and 10. I mean, you are in 4-down territory, Paul, so you don't have to get all of it right here. But, again, we get into the red zone and we start going backwards. It was Brian O'Neill earlier. Now it's Tyler Conklin.
Well, it's 3rd and 10. 2 receivers right. Bucks rush 4. Screen left to Dalvin. Caught at the 35. Shakes a tackle at the 30. Tries to spin away from another at the 27-yard line. But an on-charging Mike Edwards, seldomly used safety in his second year from Kentucky. He brought down Dalvin. That makes it 4th and 6 from the 26. You got to go for it. I mean, not just because you're down 23-6, but because your kicker is broken.
Right, which is unfortunate because you'd like to get at least something on the board, and if you do kick the field goal, it becomes a 2-touchdown game. But right now, you can't blame Zimmer for saying, you know what, I'll take our chances on 4th and 6.
So the Vikings are 1 of 1 on 4th down, and the Vikings are going to take a timeout. 4th and 6 from the 26-yard line of Tampa Bay. Dan Bailey has missed 2 field goals and an extra point, and we'll see what this 4th down looks like when we return. 23-6 on the Sleep Number scoreboard. Bucks lead on the KFAM Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
In the time it takes to say, Ecolab products and protocols are helping to keep this restaurant cleaner. A baby in this restaurant has touched a spoon, a cup, the tabletop, his chair, his mouth, and now my mouth.
COVID.
For the Ecolab Science Certified seal and see a commitment to advancing cleaner, safer practices.
It's COVID.
Waiting for the best time to get a new truck or SUV? That time is now. Hurry into your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com where you'll save big on the full lineup of 2020
Everybody,
Ford
thanks for
models.
coming. I appreciate it.
Like the completely redesigned
Jody,
Ford,
Justin,
powerful Edge,
Garza,
Ford Expedition,
Geraldo, if you guys
or
are still here,
America's
thank you for
best-selling
coming.
truck, Ford
Nelson.
F-150. Buy now to get the absolute best deal on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including all the technology and safety features to keep you in command and in control, from the driveway to the highway. Buy now and earn low financing on your next great Ford. Go anywhere.
I got 6 from Facebook and 6 from YouTube. Thank you guys.
Like now, because these great deals won't be around forever. Don't wait. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today. Best-selling truck line based on 2019 CY sales.
Welcome to the 4th Industrial Revolution. A revolution powered by data and applications, AI and IoT. And now there's one company born to enable it. Lumen, the platform for next-generation business that combines adaptive networking, edge cloud, connected security, and collaboration. Lumen delivers the next-gen architecture that next-gen apps require. Say hello to Lumen, the platform for amazing things. Learn more at lumen.com.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Saving you money on car insurance has been in Geico's playbook for more than 75 years. Check it out. Get a quote at geico.com. Welcome back. It is 4th and 6 for the Vikings from the Buccaneers, 26. Cousins, shotgun, 3 receivers right. Takes the snap. Bucks rush 4. Kirk straight drop, pass over the middle, caught first down. Tyler Conklin between the hash marks, open at the 18-yard line, 8-yard grab. Hey, we're 2 of 2 on 4th down.
Yeah, and that's just the type of game that it is. It's a great route by Conklin. Yeah, going across the middle on Devin White. So we've heard throughout the weeks, Zimmer talking about Conklin, Kubiak talking about Conklin, Rudolph. All these guys are saying that Conklin is becoming a very, very good tight end.
What Devin White's kryptonite is covering the pass. 1st and 10 for the Vikings out of the shotgun, flag on the play, handoff. Galvin around the left side, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and walks out of bounds after a gain of 1, pending penalty.
That's in the area of holding when you're on the front side of a play like that, which, again, you get into this point of the field, this part of the field, you can't be going backwards. And
Looks like we got an offensive lineman down. Offside. Defense number 90. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
I hope it's Dozier.
Quick pause for station identification. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
It's Vikings football on 94.1 FM KXLP Eagle Lake Mankato and AM 1230 and FM 103.1 KFSP Mankato.
Hey, quick pause. A Viking is down. It is 23-6 Bucks. It's Vikings football.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. As your family and friends make it home for the holidays, make sure your furnace.
Again, everybody, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. With me to check the game out. I go live every morning, Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast. I am looking for a couple of people to co-host the show with me for the post-game and pre-game shows.
Schwickerts and Bryant, whatever it takes.
The deals are hot at PJ's Liquor
If you're interested, the email address is in the chat.
Sam Adams, Sierra Nevada,
VikingFansToday@gmail.com. Just let me know if you're interested.
Special lighter Red Dog 30-pack cans, 2 for $27.99. Motorbox wines, all varieties, just $14.99. Kendall Jackson Chardonnay, just $9.99. Grey Duck Vodka 175, just $17.99. Or Captain Morgan 175, just $21.99. PJ's has convenient parking by the door, so start your party with a stop at PJ's Liquor Emporium on Belgrade Avenue in beautiful Lower North Mankato.
Hi, this is Jamie from Ron Belter Window Siding and Roofing. Our crews work outside year-round. We make homes more beautiful and energy efficient with the highest quality windows and siding available, even during winter. Order now and lock in 2020 pricing. We can install this winter or wait till spring. Either way, you save. Call 243-4354 or on the web at belterisbetter.com.
BOELTER, Belter is better.
Hi, this is Missy from Amies. During this time, shopping local and supporting your favorite small town business has never been so important. Amies is offering me curbside pickup, takeout, or fooddelivery.com. Call Amies at 625-8277 to order your food. Please pay with a credit card or debit card when placing your order. Amies will be offering daily specials as well. We will be taking your orders daily from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. until full services are available. Call Amies or follow us on Facebook.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Welcome back. The Vikings are in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers red zone. It is 23-6 Tampa Bay. 1st and 5. The Vikings, Brian O'Neill left the game. Rashad Hill in at right tackle. Cousins shotgun, takes a snap, straight drop, fires to the 5. It's caught. It is a touchdown! Smith Jr. back off a layup and back in a flash. It's the 3rd touchdown this season for Herb Smith.
Let's go,
Jr.
about time.
It's 23-12 Buccaneers.
Go for 2.
Great job by Herb Smith Jr. just to settle in that zone just outside, like Paul, you said, with Devin White.
Go for 2.
His lack of cover ability is just great tonight. It's just he doesn't, extend with Herb Smith Jr. and Herb Smith Jr. having a strong run after that.
Well, now here's the key. I mean, we're down 23-12. 2-point conversion or extra point try. I'm not going to do that, 1:36 to go in the 3rd quarter. I mean, you need points, and your kicker, you can't trust your kicker. So here comes a 2-point conversion. Amir Abdullah, the tailback. Dalvin not in the game. 3 receivers left. Now 2 to the right. Empty backfield. Cousins from under center. He'll pass left to J.J. Jefferson dives into the end zone for the 2. Justin Jefferson for the 2.
Rookie of the year, Justin Jefferson.
Vikings. Badly needed touchdown by the Vikings. Herb Smith Jr. Then they get the 2. And the score here is 23-14. Let's go to Muss at Scoreboard Central.
Thank you. Farm, we have gifts for everyone for this Christmas. From the kids, the cook, and the hunter, and the handyman. Christmas shopping just got easier. Fleet Farm gifts are big here. Trubisky, big today. 3 TDs. Robinson, 123 yards, and one of those touchdowns. Bears up over the Texans, 33-7. Drake, a 1-yard touchdown plunge. Cards are up over the Giants, 20-7. And Mahomes has 2 TDs and 2 INTs. And the Chiefs are up over the Finns, 30-10. Back to you, PA.
Alrighty, Mr. Ben Lieber. So now you got Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. What do you think of his game so far, and what do you do to slow him now that you just scored a TD?
Well, first of all, you can't keep allowing big plays.
I can't show video, Justin. I wish I could.
So check out
if I could, believe me, I would. But YouTube will flag me and take this channel down.
With the ball going 20 yards or more in the air. He's already hit 2 of those today. So we got to do a better job when that ball is just floating up in the air, and we've got to get a little bit more pressure even with just a 4-man rush.
Ben Lieber, sideline analyst, Vikings Radio Network. Peter?
No, I was going to say, Ben, I totally agree with you. A lot of that has just been mental errors and guys not being in the right spot.
Thanks, everyone, for coming. Please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell. I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. West Coast time.
Play to Irv Smith Jr. It is 23-14. Buccaneers leading the Vikings, and Tom Brady and Ken Krug get the ball at the 25-yard line. Tom Brady, 12 of 17, 169, couple of TDs. Ronald Jones has a rushing touchdown, averaging 3 yards per run. First down, Brady, shotgun, puts Conklin in motion to the left, movement up front. James Lynch, maybe shooting through the A-gap. This all start on the home team. Now, they say, Allie,
ball start.
Moving.
Offense, number 74.
There we go.
5-yard penalty. First down.
That's a start, right? It's a start. Make it 1st and 15. This is where we need the turnovers, Paul. We've had, 11 in the last 5 games, 6 in our first 7 games, and interception 5 consecutive games.
You need a pick
this
6.
is where we need the turnover to get an extra possession to make this a 1-score game.
Pick
1st and 15
6.
for Brady. A minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter. He has a 9-point lead. Out of the shotgun, play action. Tom stands tall, passes left, incomplete at the 26-yard line off the fingertips of Mike Evans. And now it is 2nd and 15 for the 7 and 5 Bucs.
And you have to think Tampa Bay's going to run the football here. I mean, Ronald Jones has had a very good day. 13 attempts, 38 yards, been efficient. Long of only 5, however. But you're in the league. You got to be playing. You got to be stopping the clock with incompletions, things like that. It's just, even when they want to keep the clock moving.
Brady, 5-0, lifetime.
Later, Lloyd.
Vikings on 2nd down, back to pass. He'll pass to Antonio Brown to the left. He makes Eric Wilson miss. Eric's not having a great game, and Brown gets ahead after a catch of 11 to about the 31-yard line.
Come on, defense, hold on.
And with a 23-14 lead, it's 3rd and 4, Tampa Bay.
Now, here's our opportunity for the defense. The last 4 series have been 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I mean, this is your opportunity to get off the field.
Let's go D.
Buccaneers spread out the formation as Brady goes out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, passes right, incomplete at the 35. Jeff Gladney, way to go, big boy. Jeff Gladney on Scotty Miller, who has a touchdown today.
I like Gladney.
And trailing 23-14. Now Pinion is in the punch.
What a brilliant play by Jeff Gladney. He's out covering the outside receiver, but he keeps his vision inside. Yeah. And as soon as he sees Brady's trying to run that little quick out, that timing route, and he redirects himself back in to be a part of that play. Almost an interception. So that's an unbelievably good play by Gladney.
Eric Wilson on a wonderful drop too. He got his arm in there.
Right, he's right where he needs to be on the inside, and Gladney was right there to trap him on the outside.
Block this punt. Come on. Yeah. Pinion. Very high. BB. Lets it sail out of bounds at about the 23. 45 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Vikings ball. Bucs lead 23-14 on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network.
Yeah, Daniel, he has. He's been getting a whole lot better.
When I get home, I have to lug all my clothes over to the washing machine.
I agree, Daniel.
Then I get to put them in the dryer and accidentally shrink my cashmere sweater again.
Motorcycles make everything exciting.
Guys, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow this Viking channel. I wish I could play video, but I can't. YouTube would take this channel down if I did that. So I can't do video. But hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. West Coast time. If we play when we play on Monday nights or Thursday nights or like on Christmas, I always go live 30 minutes before the game starts. I am looking for a couple of people to do the post-game and pre-game shows with me. If you're interested, the email address is in the chat.
Some fresh luck for everything you
just
want to
email
wear,
me
wave, sit on, toss around,
and let me know.
From, grill on, and stick to your car. If it says Vikings, Shields has it. Shields, proud supporter of Vikings football and football fans everywhere.
Hurry into Fleet Farm to get the best deals of the week. Save big on things like all men's Field and Forest shirts. 30% off our low fleet price. Whole cashews or deluxe mixed nuts. 1-pound bags, only $5.99. And select Cooper tires. Buy 3, get the 4th free. Plus, enter our snow removal sweepstakes for a chance to win a 24-inch Husqvarna snow thrower. See store or visit fleetfarm.com for details. Fleet Farm, we've got you covered.
If you're interested in doing a pre-game and post-game show with me, email me there at vikingfanstoday@gmail.com and we can have a discussion about it. I'm looking for 2 people to join me for the pre-game and post-game shows. Thank you.
Has had a series of 3 touchdown games here at U.S. Bank Stadium. The Vikings are on the road for the first time in a month, having played 3 consecutive at home, went 2-1 during said stint. They only lost to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go, Kirk. 1st and 10 from the Vikings 22, 23-14 Tampa Bay. 2 receivers right and Dalvin. Play action to Cook. Kirk straight drop. Wheels one over the middle and it's caught at the 46 by Irv Smith Jr., making the rookie Whitfield Jr. pay. It is a reception of 25. It was effortless. It's a first down.
And Paul, this is a great job.
It's been open all day in the middle.
On at 1st and 10. Ben Lieber talked about it earlier about how we're throwing the ball a lot more.
Middle of the field been open.
You break that tendency, play fake, and you get Irv Smith right behind those linebackers and underneath the safeties. That's kind of a jump play that we needed. As Rashad Hill is kind of slow to get up. Whoa.
Yeah, Rashad Hill was holding his left wrist or forearm, and then he toppled. He just went down to the turf at about the 40-yard line. 15 seconds, make that 12 seconds to go in the third quarter. 23-14 Bucks. And for Rashad Hill, you're hearing the name because Brian O'Neill left the previous series and went back to the locker room.
Right, we may be down to our third string right tackle. This is a type of game back in the day when you had Jimmy Kleinsaw, so you could just throw him in at tackle, and
Oli Udo's inactive.
Exactly, let it go. So depth on the offensive line, we're going to see what they're going to have to do.
Got Spearfish Sammy on the sideline. Might need to suit him up, get him in the game to play right tackle.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And whoever's out there is having they got to go against Shaquille Barrett. 7 sacks. He had a sack today already. But as an offensive lineman, you don't really, fingers are, you don't really need them. You don't have to have them. You just take that thing up and away we go.
So here we go. Drew Samia goes to left guard, which means Dakota Dozier has gone to right tackle.
Oh, God, no.
High formation into the third quarter. Vikings ball right around midfield, and they trail 23-14 into the final quarter. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Fun fact, Midwest State
Dakota Dozier at right tackle.
Tornadoes and winter storms.
That's not going to be good.
Possible damage to your home and more. When looking for a contractor to repair your storm damage, call Midwestern Construction. They'll earn your respect with their eye for detail, repairing your roof, siding, and metal buildings to before storm condition. Yes, they are Midwestern, but don't forget the ERN, because at Midwestern Construction, they're here to earn your business. Learn more at MidwesternConstructionLLC.com.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. As your family and friends make it home for the holidays, make sure your furnace
We're down by 9, guys.
Call Schwickert's today.
We score a touchdown. And hopefully the idiot makes the field goal.
Proper operation and check for the presence
Dan
of
Bailey.
carbon monoxide. Don't wait for old man
Would you
Winter
risk
to
it?
keep you in the cold this Christmas. Call Schwicker's at
Let's say a 35-yard field goal.
Or visit
We're
our
at
website
30 seconds left. Would you risk the field goal or go for the touchdown?
Schwicker's and Bryant, whatever it takes.
Asking a friend to help you move sounds like a great idea until one of them drops the TV and now you don't have a place to watch the Vikings.
I still think I would go for the field goal, but man, it'd be hard.
Mankato Movers, and they'll have you moved in and ready to kick back on your couch in front of the big screen before kickoff. Mankato Movers is your best choice for residential moving services in the southern Minnesota area. You can find us in the climate-controlled storage building. Leave it to the pros at Mankato Movers. We'll get you there.
With snow season right around the corner, TGK Automotive has their 4x4 and driveline special. It includes exchanging the transfer case fluids, front and rear differential fluids, alignment check, and a digital full vehicle inspection for just $199. Prepare yourself for the season with preventative maintenance services and more. TGK Automotive, your neighbor in Mankato and North Mankato. Locally owned and operated by hometown native Matt Solti. Go to tgkauto.com to learn more and find the location nearest you. That's tgkauto.com.
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSP, The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
Hey, Viking fans, it's the start of the fourth quarter in Tampa Bay. We have a couple housekeeping issues here, injury-wise. Chris Boyd, injured earlier this game. He is downgraded to out. And Brian O'Neill, the right tackle who left earlier in the game, is questionable with an eye injury. But the good news is Rashad Hill is back in at right tackle.
And the left tackle still is Riley Reef on 1st and 10. Handoff to Dalvin out of the shotgun across the Buccaneers logo to the 48-49. Hit right there, stopped at the 50. A run of 4 yards by Dalvin Cook. So Dalvin Cook today, 19 runs, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
Now, Paul, though, what's a kind of a shame here is we've had the football for over 30 minutes of this game already, and yet we can't just sit back and continue to run the football. We're in 2-score deficit. We got to get after it.
Cousins on 2nd and 6 from under center, back to pass. He'll run again, and he'll run for a first down to the 45, angling to the right to the 41, slides safely after an 11-yard dash by our quarterback, first down.
That great run by Kirk Cousins. Getting to the top of the drop, all the routes are covered. The flat route pulls out the underneath defender, and Cousins just yanks that thing down and goes. I mean, they're playing. Tampa Bay can feel comfortable playing man-to-man against a non-scrambling type of a quarterback, but in this case, Cousins has taken the opportunity to move the chains a few times on the ground.
It's 1st and 10. Vikings trailing 23-14 early in the fourth quarter from the Buccaneers 39. Cousins from under center, play action. Cook picked up the blitz. Dalvin passes left, caught cold-blooded at the 29-yard line. Irv Smith Jr.
Irv Smith.
He's coming up big today with a TD.
He's big time
a couple
today.
of big grabs. That one goes for 9. So it'll be 2nd and short. Peter, you've said it for a month. How about Dalvin Cook's blitz pickup?
Yeah, that was amazing. It was, you look at Antoine Winfield Jr. coming off the edge, and he blitzes a lot like his dad. I mean, this guy's tenacious, very, very good. And Cousins extends the play and gets that ball out to Irv Smith Jr. And it's good to see Irv actually back on the field and making an impact.
4 catches, 63 yards, and a TD. Tajay Sharp Jr.'s into the right. Play action on first down. It is a pass right to Conklin. Caught at the 30, lowers the helmet at the 29.
Yeah.
And a stride. Tyler Conklin gets to the 28-yard line for a catch of 3. It now is 2nd and 7.
Well, I'd like to, say Conklin.
First down, my bad.
Conklin's he's not the best runner in the world. In fact, he does remind me of some of the other tight ends that we've had, but he's getting that great opportunity today. He's not quite Klein Saucer, but just a little bit better.
On 1st and 10, trailing 23-14. 1st and 10 from the Buccaneers 28. Cousins goes to Dalvin. Spurts up the middle to the 25. He got tripped up by David at the 19-yard line. It'll be a run of 8 for Dalvin, who was an inch from his 16th touchdown this season. It is 2nd and they'll say it was a 7. 2nd and 3.
I agree, nice.
The time of possession is starting to help the Vikings. Tampa Bay looked like they were misaligned, but it was a zone blitz. I mean, they had
totally agree
on the outside edge of the defense up top, and run gaps are getting a little bit sloppy over there, and Dalvin Cook almost broken for a touchdown.
On 2nd and 3 from under center, handoff. Dalvin, he crawls his way to the right side across the 20. Had to get real low with the body. He falls ahead for 2, making a 3rd and 1 with 11 and a half minutes to go in the game. 7 and 5 Bucks 23, 6 and 6 Vikings 14, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, I need every tick of the clock. You're just sitting there, because we need yet one more possession. Just don't
guys, hit the like button for me.
Bad penalties at the wrong time, and if you're Zimmer,
subscribe to the channel.
Coordinator right now, tell Kubiak you're in 4-down territory.
3rd and 2 from the Buccaneers 20. Jet BB angles to the right, slot right. Cousins with a designed run up the middle, 15, 10 to the 8, 1st and goal. A designed run by quarterback Kirk Cousins of 11 yards. So for Kirk, that now gives him 40 yards rushing.
Yeah, I'm in Vegas, Nasser.
Career high. It is 1st.
Well, I understand, man. Yeah, it's hard to get it, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Call. Empty it out.
Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel.
Just let the offensive lineman just take the defensive lineman where they want to go, and Cousins just pulled that thing down and ran. That's talk about a tendency breaker.
1st and goal from the 9. Cousins play action, looking left to throw it away. He wanted Dalvin left flat. Whitehead, one of their rotational safeties,
look for Jefferson.
Was able to cover the flat. So now it's 2nd and goal. We go over to Ben Lieber.
Yeah, you guys, I think that we can continue to pound the run, especially on the inside against this defense. Think about this. It's 100 degrees on the field right now, and they are down the Buccaneers defense, an interior lineman in Khalil Davis. So they have a small, very limited rotation, and they've faced a lot of snaps today.
10th play of a possession that is rolled 70 yards, taking 5 minutes and small change. 2nd and goal from the 9. Cousins, shotgun, facing a blitz, makes a handoff. He's hit and he dropped it, and Kirk fell on it at the 20. It'll be a sack. Levante David the first to get to him. They went play action, and 2 players were up on Cousins. It's an 11-yard loss. There's nothing number 8 can do about that.
Well, there's need to be some type of awareness.
Yes, Daniel, I agree, man. Go to JJ.
Come on, Paul. If you know that if you know that you're going to get pressured like that,
well, then you don't go play action.
Pick him up. Exactly right. You check out to be out. Get yourself in a better position. But right there, there was nothing that Cousins could do. Those guys are all as a jailbreak to the quarterback.
3rd and goal from the 20, trailing 23-14, empty backfield, 4-man rush. Kirk is hit and sacked again. And Dominican Sue finished off what Shaquille Barrett started. Yeah, we had a 1st and goal at the 9. We just lost 19 yards in sacks.
Yeah, absolutely. And you look at the situation here now. You got Bailey coming out, and he can.
I told you, man. Dozer is weak. He's the weak link on the line.
That's just the bottom line. Regardless
he
of
is
what's
the weakest link.
He's got to find a way to get this thing through the uprights.
It's a 46-yard drive for Dan Bailey, who is 12 of 17 on field goals this season. He's missed 2 today. Snap spot. Dan Bailey missed it to the right. He's 0 of 3 on field goals.
Wow.
So he's missed all 4 kicks today. 9 minutes to go in the game. 23-14 Buccaneers on the Sleep Number scoreboard and KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
This Christmas, Fleet Farm has every gift for every list. Gifts are big at Fleet Farm.
Yeah, we got to get rid of Bailey.
And the biggest savings. Know someone who's on the go? Get a free
Whoever's out there is a kicker. Put a call in. Vikings are looking for a kicker.
Vexlar FL8 SE Ginsback is only $249.99. Fleet Farm has gifts for everyone on your list. Christmas shopping just got easier. Fleet Farm. Gifts are big here.
You're listening to Vikings football.
At Community Bank, we're proud to be part of the fabric of our communities, and we're committed to being your very best neighbor. In a world where banks seem more similar than different, Community Bank stands apart. We're independent, family-owned.
That's 7 points.
Staying that way. Hi, this
2
is
field goals and an extra point.
Banking changes. We remain committed.
That's 7 points right there.
In our mission, serving our customers and community in a warm and friendly hometown fashion. With Community Bank, it's like having a banker in the family.
Yeah, he's not working at all.
Community Bank,
I totally agree with you, Daniel. He's got to go.
MGM Wine and Spirits is your tailgating headquarters with everything you need to keep you in the game. MGM has the area's best selection of cold beer, wine.
Hey, Carol, thanks for coming in.
Touchdown shot.
Carol and Daniel, Macer,
and they're conveniently
Jason,
located in the Belmar Center on
Daniel.
Drive in Mankato. On Commerce Drive in North Mankato and on Highway 169
Dakota,
in St. Peter. If you're
thanks
ready
for coming,
Super
guys.
Bowl,
Appreciate it.
your tailgating headquarters is MGM.
Hit the like button if you haven't already.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Hit the
As
like
your
button,
family
subscribe to
and
the
friends make it
channel.
home for the holidays, make sure your furnace works when you need it most.
I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. on the West
We'll
Coast.
inspect your furnace for proper operation and check
What's going on,
for levels of
Tiffany?
carbon monoxide. Don't wait for Old Man Winter to leave you in the cold this Christmas. Call Schwickerts at 507-387-3101 or visit our website at schwickerts.com to schedule
Dakota
your
says
furnace
that's not going to happen. What's not going to happen, Dakota?
You're listening to Vikings football on KFSC.
Nace has been on it 100%. 3 field goals, 1 extra point. Oh, he missed 3 field goals. Wow, okay. You're right, Nace.
The Vikings have had 3 very impressive drives where they've gone
Hey, Kyle, what's going on?
38 yards and gotten nothing out
What's
of
up,
it
brother?
because Bailey keeps missing these field goals.
Right, and all of them to the right except the PAT. So this is crazy.
It's past crazy.
Jones gets around the 35 in front of the Vikings bench, hit at the 37, and he falls ahead for 2. It's 2nd and 8. Tristan Wirfs, the 13th overall pick in the 2020 draft from Iowa, making his 13th consecutive start.
They missed the
Man,
field
you
goal.
loved him out of college. How has he been this season?
Well, he's been pretty good. I mean, I did like him out of college, but I haven't seen a ton of him right now.
It is 2nd and 8. The Buccaneers, Tom Brady from under center, was on a straight drop, passes over the middle to the 50, and it is caught by Eau Claire. The seldomly used Anthony Eau Claire, 4th year from Laval, first down.
Now you talk about Brady and threading the needle in there. He got that thing right in between. Oh, that thing's incomplete.
Incomplete, my bad.
All right, incomplete. I'll say he tried to thread the needle there. Yeah, Gronkowski, I think, opened more on the opposite side. But, it doesn't matter what's transpired if you're on defense. 3rd and 8, you've got to win this down right here and get the ball back in the hands of the offense.
Buccaneers 50% on 3rd down.
Let's go, D.
14 Bucks, 8.5 minutes to go. Brady back to pass, fires left. Antonio Brown wide open, and it's caught for a first down after a 9-yard completion to the left side. It is 1st and 10 for the Buccaneers from their own 48.
Well, and this is kind of awareness. Chris Jones bailing out. I know he had a deep route coming in behind him, but they had a blitz on, and we had a free rusher to the quarterback. Brady's just so good at seeing what's happening in front of him and knowing when and where to get rid of the football.
1st and 10 for the Buccaneers, leading 23-14. And Ronald Jones, stutter step, gets out to the right side. Nice move to the 45-40. And Ronald Jones steps out of bounds after a run of right around 18 yards. First down for the Buccaneers midway through the 4th quarter, and a 23-14 lead. It's a Rojo.
Well, just an uncharacteristic missed tackle by Gladney, Jeff Gladney. And the thing is, if you're a corner, just force him back inside to Anthony Harris. So if you're going to miss him the right way.
1st and 10 from the Vikings 36. Brady under center. And he puts Tyler Johnson, the former Gopher, in motion to the left, now back to the right. Handoff, Ronald Jones. He'll dance to the right across the 35. And he stopped at the 33 by DJ Wanham. They gain 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Now, boy, this is kind of the time where you stop and you look at time of possession, 35 minutes to 16. And the numbers, the offensive, the yardage. I mean, 316 yards of offense that has, resulted in just not enough points, 14 points. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Brady is thrown for 190 and 2 TDs. Shotgun on 2nd and 7. It's a shotgun run and snipped out beautifully by DJ Wanham. It is Keyshawn Vaughn, the rookie from Vanderbilt, a 2nd-round rookie trapped in the backfield. So now, after that loss of 3 in the TFL by fellow rookie DJ Wanham, it is 3rd and 10 from the Vikings 36.
Now, the right stunt called at the right time. DJ Wanham coming underneath when the tackle pulls. The receiver isn't able to seal him off, and now you've got him third and long, Paul. And you had an opportunity.
Yeah, we got a lot of young people out there, Daniel. I totally agree with you, man.
10 from the Vikings 36.
Let's go.
Brady with a pass to the right to Antonio Brown, makes one man miss, but Gladney and the hitman don't miss. It's a gain of 6, making it 4th and 4 from about the 35. So Ryan Suckup is in for a field goal try. And this one's going to be about 50 yards. And Suckup has missed one earlier today. So, you know, I didn't get any weather updates as to what is going on in Tampa, but it's been giving the kickers some headaches. And, you know, we had blocked field goals before. We need one right now. 48-yard try, right hash. Ryan Suckup has made 19 consecutive field goals. He can't miss. No chance he misses, right? Snap spot. Suckup. He made it.
Of course he did.
26-14 Bucks on the Sleep Number scoreboard and the KFA and Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Que paso?
Waiting for the best time to get a new truck or SUV? That time is now. Hurry into your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com where you'll save big on the full lineup of 2020 Ford models.
All fans are welcome. Buck fans, Viking fans, of course.
Powerful Edge, the roomy Ford Expedition,
Come and enjoy the game. Have some fun.
truck Ford F-150.
Talk a little trash.
Buy now to get the absolute best deal on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, including all the technology and safety features to keep you in command and in control, from the driveway to the highway. Buy now and earn low financing on your next great Ford. Go anywhere, do anything, and bring everyone. There's no time like now, because these great deals won't be around forever. Don't wait. Get to your local Northland Ford dealer or visit buyfordnow.com today. Best-selling truck lane based on 2019 CY sales.
What do you call
Hey, everybody, thanks for coming. I appreciate it. I go live every Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. on the West Coast, 30 minutes before the game starts. Hit the like button for me. Hit the bell so you know when I go live. I am looking for 2 people to do the pregame and postgame shows with me. I will be putting my email address here on the screen in just a moment. If you're interested in doing it with me, pregame, postgame shows, just let me know. Email me, let me know.
Colby, provolone, Gouda. But Gouda wasn't good enough. I wanted great. I added tomatoes, pickles, jalapenos. If I could birth this
Just email me there if you're interested.
kitchen, imagine what I could do in a gourmet chef's kitchen. So I called US Bank about loaning me some extra cheddar. Now I had the mad cheese skill and a superior grill. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. You're listening to Vikings football on KFSB The Fan, Mankato's sports leader, and 94.1 KXLP, Mankato's classic rock.
The fourth quarter of today's game against the Buccaneers, provided by Geico. Saving you money on car insurance has been in Geico's playbook for more than 75 years. What are you waiting for? After the game, get a quote at geico.com. Ryan Suckup just hit from 48, capping an 8-play 34-yard drive by Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Took 3 minutes 44 seconds, and the Buccaneers lead 26-14. A day, Dan Bailey, our kicker, has missed 3 field goals. He's 0 of 3 on field goals, and his only extra point try he also missed. And these misses, with all due respect, they're by many feet. I mean, they're not close. Indian trying to do us a solid, might have kicked it out of bounds to the left side. Now into the end zone for a touchback on that laser.
Yeah, Paul, you taking a look at the numbers and how lopsided it is, really. I mean, from a total yardage standpoint, it's close, but the Vikings having the ball for almost 36 minutes of this game already.
Hey, Tim, thanks for coming.
One that stands out is just the average yards per pass. And the Vikings are at 5, which is much lower than what we're used to seeing out of Kirk Cousins. Well, they're number 1 or 2 in the NFL in that stat at like 8. Yeah, and what they do, they just keep everything in front of them. And had we done that as a team, we would have been in better shape too.
First and 10 from the 25. Kirk facing a big rush, throws it to the right, incomplete at the feet of Dalvin Cook. So it's 2nd and 10 from the Vikings 25. Dalvin with 95 rushing yards, most versus the Bucs defense this season. Ryan O'Neal has returned to right tackle. Dakota Dozier back at left guard. Adam Thielen runs out wide left. Justin Jefferson wide right. Justin has 0 touchdowns on the road this season. Cousins out of the shotgun. Here's a safety blitz. It's picked up. Kirk fires middle, nearly intercepted, incomplete. His right arm was hit as he threw, and there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, Cousins is signaling that they hit him in his face. They missed one on Ndamukong Suh earlier when he kind of hit him in the back of the head with the forearm. So hopefully the Vikings.
What's going on, Fernando? Thanks for coming through.
10-yard penalty. Check it out.
Darren is from Hawaii. Cool.
Elbow up in the quarterback's face, but they called holding.
Oh boy, it's just kind of how it's been going today. I mean, the penalties. The Vikings have had, especially on defense. I mean, they're calling that one for sure on Garrett Bradbury. He's kind of holding on for dear life. So, what it rains and pours, Paul. Too many penalties today. Too many mental errors. Too many mistakes.
You might be right, Dakota.
Too many missed kicks, obviously. So there's a number of things here that have not gone the Vikings' way, and here we go.
6 penalties, 81 yards.
Wow.
Minnesota Vikings, 5:06 to go in the game, 26-14 Buccaneers. Cousins out of the shotgun, Jefferson wide right. Snap, Kirk over the middle, won by Abdullah at the 29, and he stopped right there for a gain of about 4. So that's going to bring up 4th and 6 back at their own 29.
Go for it.
And trailing 26-14, fewer than 5 minutes to go. The Vikings are 2 of 2 on 4th down conversions today, 8 of 14 on the season, and this is everything. If they don't get this first down here, the Buccaneers are like a 98.5% winner. Cousins shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. Snap, Bucs rush 4. Kirk on 4th down, fires, and it's caught. First down at the 41-yard line, Jefferson. Justin Jefferson in front of fellow rookie Antoine Winfield Jr.
Rookie
for
of the year.
11 first down.
Justin Jefferson.
And that's a great job by Jefferson to settle in that zone and use his body to block Antoine Winfield Jr.
The Vikings hustle to the line on first down. Cousins shotgun, passes right, caught JJ. Jefferson caught it at the 45, and he will fall ahead to the 46 for a quick gain of 6, 2nd and 4.
Now we got to get explosive, Paul. We got to find a way to get a big chunk play here. Under 4 minutes left to go, and we're down by 2 scores, so we don't have a lot of time.
A couple of receivers left. Jefferson to the right, opposite Davis, who has 4 picks. Cousins back to pass, throws over the middle, incomplete. Chad Beebe hit him in the hands, but he was in tight quarters with a bunch of players wearing the orange and pewter third down.
Yeah, and it's just a nice quick slant, and he's unable to come up with it. Beebe's unable to come up with it. Luckily, they didn't get intercepted by bouncing it up.
Jefferson, by the way, has 4 catches today, which means he is 4 from tying Randy Moss at 69 for the most receptions by a rookie in Vikings history. Empty backfield, 3rd and 5. Kirk Cousins out of the shotgun. He's back to pass, throws to the right, incomplete. Chad Beebe covered by Levante David, and that one was about 4 yards shy of the first down in the first place.
An interesting personnel group. You have Beebe out there. You have Beebe out there. Olabisi Johnson is out there, so no Thielen, no Jefferson, but you're going for it on 4th down. This is kind of like '98, where Tampa Bay won for it on 4th down almost the entire game. It gave us the only loss of the season, in the regular season. So a little bit of confusion here. Let's get them lined up. They have to take the timeout. Just take the timeout right now.
7 on the play clock. Vikings 3 of 3.
Why would both Thielen and Jefferson be out on that last play?
you got Thielen, you got Jefferson, okay? BB, I mean, everybody out there is fine, but clearly either BB or Olabisi Johnson had no idea. There's something where to be on the field, so we had to take a timeout. We have one left. Let's get to main man Muss at Scoreboard Central.
Thanks, Scoreboard Central is brought to you by Verizon. The 5G America has been waiting for, only from Verizon. Next week, we got the Bears at US Bank Stadium. Montgomery, over 100 yards on the ground and a TD. Chicago up over Houston, 36-7. Kelsey has 136 yards and a TD. The Chiefs are up over the Fins, 30-17. And keeping an eye on Derrick Henry, especially if you're a Dalvin Cook fan. He's got 215 yards and 2 TDs. Titans up 31-10 over the Jags. Back to you, PA.
Thanks, Muss. Into the game. Dalvin Cook has the most running and catching yards in the NFL, 1,560.
I sure hope so, Daniel.
So he's number 1 yards of scrimmage. Derrick Henry, number 1 rushing. Vikings 3 of 3 on 4th down. This is 4th and 5 from the Vikings 46. Cousins back to pass, throws left, and it's caught by Thielen at the 50 far side. Gets to the 45 in front of the Vikings bench, gain of 10. Minnesota 4 of 4 on 4th down, and it's 26-14 Bucks. 3:20 to go in the game. First down, 18-19.
Well, and a great job by Cousins hanging in there with people at his feet and orchestrating this whole thing. I mean, these D linemen from Tampa Bay have to be worn out.
Cousins on first down, out of the shotgun, hands it to Dalvin, swings around the left side, and he'll get to the 39-yard line of the Buccaneers. It's a run of 6, amazingly, by Dalvin, because it looked like he had absolutely nothing.
And that 6-yard run, Paul, will put him over 100 yards for the day. It's 101 yards for Dalvin Cook. And I mean, I think we were all pleasantly surprised at how well we ran the football, especially early in this game. And then you come away, at the first 2 possessions, you miss a field goal, you miss a PAT, and you only 6 points off of 2 very, very good drives on the ground.
26-14 Buccaneers, 3:03 to go in the game. Cousins shotgun, 2 receivers right, Kirk back to pass. He will run away to the left, but now he's sacked at the 48. Kirk Cousins was sacked for a 5th time today. It's O'Connor who came in to get him. Patrick O'Connor, second-year Eastern Michigan.
Patrick O'Connor.
Everybody's getting an opportunity.
Come
to play
on,
defensive line.
line.
Tampa Bay, they need all those bodies on the field. Paul, the one
First sack of that guy's career.
Well, what's frustrating is just that Cousins starts to roll out, and then he gets caught from behind. I mean, you're gonna pull that thing down, man. Just go, and almost lost the ball at the end.
3rd and 13 from the Buccaneers 48, trailing by 12. 2 minutes 20 seconds to go. Cousins, empty backfield, 5-step drop, great pocket. It's one for the end zone for Sharp, incomplete. Overthrew Sharp by 6 yards. I'm not going to be mad at Kirk. I mean, if anybody saw Tajay Sharp running on that play, I mean, seriously, we're here to sprint, not gallop.
Well,
God,
that's interesting because
I agree, Dakota.
You wonder, sometimes receivers just think they're running clear routes, or they think that they're doing something. Sharp is in there. So Thielen and Jefferson, so some of those guys can get a break because you're just throwing the football up and down the field right now. But you're right, Paul, to just, look like he was jogging up the field.
Well, we're 4 of 4 on 4th down, Peter. And it's 4th and 13 from the Buccaneers 48. Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Cousins back to pass. The ball is hit, and it's a strip sack. It's picked off by Jason Pierre-Paul. And that is your ball game, boys and girls. The Buccaneers lead 26-14, and Jason Pierre-Paul with a strip sack, meaning he has 9.5 sacks this season, and they get the turnover, meaning the Bucks are +5, and with 2 minutes and small change to go.
Way too much pressure. I agree, Dakota.
Once again, I mean, we
way
talked about
too
this
much
going
pressure.
into the game, that when they allow 250 yards or less, they're 7-0. And the average that they give up on their 5 losses was over 312 yards. And right now, Cousins 225 yards throwing.
Yeah, they still would have lost, but maybe the play caller would have been different, Rainier. But I agree with you.
I like some of the decisions he
just by the score. Even the 10 points wouldn't have mattered.
Too much pressure, sacked way too many times. Actually, he's been sacked 7 times. I think I said 6 during the call. Here's a handoff to Ronald Jones, and the tailback heads up the middle for a run of 7. That gets us to the 2-minute warning. 26-14 Buccaneers on the KFAN Minnesota Vikings Radio Network, driven by Polaris.
Hey, Andy. Hey, guys, if you haven't already, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I would appreciate it. I am looking for a couple of people to do the pre-game and post-game shows with me. If you're interested, just email me.
It's game day, any day. Win up to $100,000. Minnesota Lottery. I'm in. Must be 18 or older to play.
If you've got an insurance question, you could talk
If you're
to
interested,
the
just
butcher at your
email
local
me.
grocery store. He'd probably talk about trimming the fat, but it'd be about your brisket, not your insurance policies. Or you could talk to your local Geico agent. They offer personalized assistance in finding the choicest cuts of coverage for all your insurance needs.
Yes, Rainier, man. Good game, bro. Good game.
Filet mignon. Or if you're a vegetarian, tofu filet mignon. To find a Geico agent,
Yeah, our line has to be fixed.
Geico.com/local.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee
During the
Plus.
draft, we don't really address the offensive line like we should, or in free agency.
Get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online.
The offensive line is the last.
Offers every month.
It's the last thing to
Redline
get fixed.
hotline, day or night for anything you need.
And why
Plus,
that is, I don't
free online
know.
delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today. Some restrictions apply.
I'm Marcus, and I'm a contractor. When I put new windows in my home, I used Anderson 400 series windows because they're a snap to install. And as a
If you're
homeowner,
interested
I
in
really want the
doing
best. So if I
post
install
game
anything less,
and
I'd have
pre
to call
game
myself and say,
shows
"What do
with
you
me,
think?" And I'd say back,
there's the
"I guess
email
I
address.
wasn't."
Just
They don't want to
email
have
me.
that conversation with themselves.
I'll email
So
you back.
choose
We
the
can have a
Anderson
conversation.
400 series. They're better for contractors and homeowners. Anderson 400 series windows. The window contractors trust most in their own homes. Based on 2018 survey of contractors about Anderson 400 series clad windows.
You're listening to Vikings football on
Well, I agree, Daniel. We
The
didn't,
Fan.
but we got rid of a lot of salary this year, though. So going into next season, we should be okay. At least draft a couple of offensive linemen.
1:59 to go in the game. Lead the Vikings 26-14. 8 victories for the Buccaneers, moving them to 8-5. The Vikings will go to 6-7. Kirk Cousins has been sacked 6 times today. That ties the most in his career. He was sacked 6 times at Seattle in 2017 when he played for Washington. The 6 sacks, the most he's taken as a member of the Minnesota Vikings. Tom Brady will improve to 6-0 against the
I thought they were increasing the cap next year.
Motion to the left. Handoff. Ronald Jones to the right side. He'll shake a tackle at the 33, get to the 30. Ronald Jones down to the 23-yard line. That's a run of 12.
I thought they were raising the cap next year.
I believe stop the clock. Well,
That's what I thought.
talk about Brady and
The NFL.
6-0 against the Minnesota Vikings, and you look and you watch and think about this game. It really wasn't Brady that did it for him. It wasn't the cold-bloodedness or the what you normally see or what we've come to imagine to come out of Brady. He hasn't done that today. He's been solid. I mean, a good passer rating, and but not what we're used to seeing, especially early on in the game. It's other issues that the Vikings have had that have allowed Tampa Bay to stick in this game and ultimately win this one. Hey, Vikings fans, purchase any 20-ounce Pepsi brand product with your quick rewards card. Enter the
That's
Vikings
interesting, Daniel. I hadn't heard of that.
purchase necessary. See your local Quick Trip for details.
I don't know if it matters by that or not. I would hope Minnesota has more. Has a lot more cash than just for this season.
Post-game show after that. Vikings fan line with Corey Cove and Ron Johnson. As Tom Brady goes to victory formation, the Vikings have no timeouts remaining and are trailing 26-14. The final home game of the season for the Vikings is a week from today at US Bank Stadium against the Chicago Bears. Then on Christmas Day, we have a 3 and change start at New Orleans. Then the season finale is at Ford Field. As
Tom Brady on 2nd and 11 assumes a victory formation again. Goes down to a knee with 1:10 to go in the game. Zimmer and the Vikings cannot stop the clock.
Why would you?
Crown of the game, Irv Smith Jr. 4 catches on 4 targets, 63 yards with a long of 25, and his 3rd touchdown this season. That is courtesy of Crown Royal. Celebrate game day with Crown Royal. So moving forward.
Hey, no problem, Daniel. Thanks for coming through.
What do you do for Miss Kicks?
Appreciate it, man.
You have to take a look.
Come back every Sunday.
And hope that as a veteran he can figure that thing out. But I'll tell you what, after a game like today, it's hard to say that the team hasn't lost confidence in you. I mean, that's a tough one. Nice job, bud. Thank you. Nice job, Nacho. Appreciate you, bud. Ben Lieber, P. Bursich, Paul Allen. Final score, the Buccaneers 26, the Vikings 14. This is Minnesota Vikings football.
Is your vehicle ready for the cold
I
weather
want to thank
ahead?
everybody for coming through. I appreciate it.
ASC technicians will keep you and your
I'm going to
car
drop the
on
link
road
if
all
anybody
winter
wants
long.
to come up
Heating system. Is it working? If not, call Autotronics. Autotronics
and have a conversation about today's game.
and a no-hassle warranty. 3 years, 36,000-mile warranty. Affordable maintenance that really will protect your investment and family. Autotronics, 927 North Riverfront Drive, Mankato. Visit Autotronics2.com.
GSW Exterior Specialist of Mankato.
Here, I'm going to drop the link. If anybody wants to come on, just click on the link and come on up.
Is a 100% aluminum system to relieve the worry of warping or rot. Best of all, Gutter RX has no roof attachments. Gutter RX is attached on the front and the back of the gutter so it can handle the ice and snow of a Minnesota winter. Call today for a free project appraisal at 216.
If anybody want to have a conversation about today's game, click on that link. Come on up.
Each year, Fun.com looks to hire enthusiastic staff for the busy Halloween season. This year was no exception. Fun.com would like to take this
Again, I
time
want to
to
thank
extend a
everyone
big
for
thank
coming
you
over.
to everyone who both applied and worked for us this
Spending
year.
Sunday
The
morning
response
with
to fill
me.
our seasonal customer service,
Afternoon, maybe
shipping,
where
and
you're at.
inventory positions was remarkable. Because of you, our Halloween season was a huge success. The Fun.com
The
family is
Vikings
grateful
didn't get
for
the
all your
victory
hard
today,
work
but
and effort. Be sure to check in with us
I
next
really
summer
didn't
when we
expect them
start
to,
hiring
not against the
once
Tampa Bay
again.
Buccaneers. You know, the Vikings don't play good in Tampa Bay anyway.
Is next to me.
We've
He's
never
usually
played
the
well
team
there.
in charge of the crime. Hi, I'm Jim Kidner, criminal defense lawyer. 507-345-6789. Look, everyone makes mistakes. You might want some help with yours. I hope you don't, but if you do need me, I'm here.
All right, everybody. So if no one wants to come up, I'm going to go ahead and end this right here. The Vikings lost 26-14 to the Buccaneers. Vikings started off the game very well. But the kicker, Dan Bailey, really set us back today. Missing 3 field goals and an extra point. That's 10 more points that we would have had. It would have been a closer game. You never know what would have happened in a closer game. But if you had the points, that we still would have lost by 2. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming again. If you're interested in doing pregame and postgame shows with me, email me, let me know. I go live 30 minutes before every game. So that's 9:30 on the West Coast. That's where I'm at. I'm in Vegas. So if you want to join the pregame and postgame shows, just email me and let me know. The link is in the chat right now. If anybody wants to come up today, you can. Just click on the link, come up. If not, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I'll give it another few minutes to see if anyone wants to come up. Yeah, I didn't really expect the Vikings to beat Tampa Bay today. Like I said, we have a history of playing poorly in Tampa Bay anyway. That, and then, you know, with the firepower that Tampa Bay had, which really the Vikings played really well on defense today. I thought it was going to be a whole lot bigger of a score on Tampa Bay side. But the Vikings defense right now, they're just young, a lot of rookies, and, you know, at the corner positions, a lot of 2 and 3 year people playing on that defense. It's not the defense. This defense right now, this year is not good at all. I'm surprised we're in a lot more games than we are. So anyway, it doesn't look like anyone wants to come up, so I'm going to go ahead on and get up out of here. Again, I want to thank everybody for coming through. Daniel and Andy, Rainier, thanks for coming through. I really appreciate you guys. I'm here every Sunday. Dakota, Fernando, and Tim, and Darren, Louise, Carol, thanks for coming through. Gordon, Tiffany, and Nasser. Anderson, thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Jason, Josh, thanks for coming through. Lloyd, Geraldo, and Garza, you guys are out there. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Nelson. All right, Skol Vikings. I'll see you guys next Sunday. Take care and be safe out there.